Hello,
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 hello, hello.
Oh my goodness.
How is it going?
Good, good. Sorry, folks, for being a little late, but we had some educational experiences going on over here, so we had to get some things settled out.
Exactly. Such a great, great, great day.
Exactly. My camera's still a little off, a little bit. There we go. Okay, this
Hello,
looks.
Jaden. Welcome. Jaden, I ain't spoken to you in so long. It's so good to see you, but I know I ain't been there on Sundays in a long time either. Hey, Terry Z, Margaret, Affirm, Cynthia, Felicia. Oh my gosh.
Everybody.
Oh my gosh. Let me see who else. Cynthia. Cynthia, just post your question. You don't have to ask if you can get a reading. Just post your question.
Miss Angie, your Vegas videos were real fun and funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. I had a good time too, Terry T. I posted so many videos because there some strange things happening in Vegas.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Exactly.
Unless
But it was
didn't
some good
happen to
food.
you.
I will tell you that we had some good food. So I did enjoy that. Oh, I have to give a shout out to Affirm Wellness. She did this, she's doing the smoothies and the sea moss smoothies and the gels. So I got my packet of smoothies and gels. And I definitely love the gel. You could just put it in your hot tea, and she gave me strawberry flavor. So I just put it in my tea and stir it up. You can't even taste it at all. The smoothies, be strong. The strawberries, very good. The pineapple is really good. The carrot with the orange, it's a little pulpy, but it did taste good. That celery, it tastes like celery. With pepper on it. It was a little bit spicy for me, but everything else was good. I loved it. I've only been doing it for since about Sunday, but it was really, really good thus far, and I do like it. So I definitely would tell y'all to give her smoothies and things a try. They were really good.
And that's Affirm Wellness. And how can they reach her? Do you know offhand?
She has a Facebook page, or she tells you to message her, but like she's been posting on Facebook. Affirm, put your link in there or your page in there so everybody know. She said the celery had ginger. Exactly. And I hate ginger. It tastes like peppered celery. But somebody asked a pregnancy question. We don't do pregnancy questions, honey. That's what the pregnancy tests are for. And people, there's too much emotion tied to it, hon. Alicia says she got her water. She's also doing a water too. Oh, you want to know if it's a girl? Oh, you already have 2 boys. Oh, that's different than am I pregnant? I could try. So, I mean, that's fine, Keena, if she want to do that. I could try that. I don't like telling people whether they're pregnant or not, but I could try that, Keena. If not, I'll just tell you whatever spirit says. Wait, Jaded wasn't the person I told that they was gonna have a baby, or was that somebody else? Because no, I guess that wasn't Jaded. Because Jaded asking about a stork, and storks usually bring babies, so I don't know. I mean, we all read these books in elementary school. You know what a stork brings, so don't even act like that, Jaded.
Yeah. Be careful, you won't be hearing about that in schools anymore these days. Everybody, if you're on my YouTube, don't forget to click on Angie's YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Take your camera out on your phone. Take your phone out, take your camera, click it, and then hit that button and go there. Hit subscribe, though. Like Angie said, hit subscribe.
Jada go say, yes, you told me I was going to be pregnant. And then her question is, I saw a stork while I was praying outside. What's good coming for me? Well, they're bringing you a gift, honey. She already told you was going to have a baby. Oh, and I remember she was like, no, get that away. I don't want, okay.
Apparently you didn't get it away, because if you gotten it away, it wouldn't have come through as a baby.
Yes, and what Miss Linda said, you chose the wrong one. You done.
Oh, Lord. And then if you're on Angie's and you haven't subscribed to mine, please go ahead and do so. Get the phone open, go to the camera, click open, click bop, 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 and subscribe. And also on the Facebook side of life. If you're on Facebook, don't forget to set up a YouTube subscription, by the way, because YouTube is something that, anyway, it's a different world. YouTube, if you have not used YouTube yet, believe me, you will be amazed. That's all I can say.
Exactly. For all of you that are putting these relationship questions in there, I won't tell you how somebody feels about you. I will give you a general love reading, but I won't tell you if a person is in love with you, how they feel about you, just whatever the general love reading is coming up. Like, can y'all really think about the questions that y'all are asking me? I'm going to the highest power of the land, God Almighty, asking these questions on your behalf, and you want to know if Willie Bobo like you? Like, that's what you want me to ask the Lord? If he was sitting on his throne, that's what you want to know? Does Willie Bobo love you?
Willie Bobo. Willie Bobo.
Willie Bobo, because that's how the question sounds to me when you ask, do Santa love me? Do Willie Bobo love you? Like, seriously, if you're asking me, then that should be enough of your indication right there that maybe he doesn't. But I will do a general love reading for you. I'm not so opposed to love.
I love to love you, baby.
Thank you, Jada. She says everyone like, share, subscribe for exchanges of energy. Yes, thank you, Jada.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So
it has been a busy day, Don.
Busy good or busy bad?
Busy. Not necessarily good or bad, but let me tell you, I think I did overdo it on that sea moss. Because I had the smoothie, then I put it in my tea, and my stomach was like, oh, that's a lot of sea moss for today, lady. So I got lightheaded and dizzy. So I don't know if I took too much and didn't drink enough water, because it says it pulls the toxins out of your body. So it's like, if you're going to take, because they ask you what time to take it. So if you're going to take it early in the day, stay home, because you're going to have to use the facilities a lot. And so it says it pulls all the toxins out. So I think that I haven't been drinking enough water, because I am like, oh my gosh. And just before we got on, I wasn't even sure if I was going to start, because I thought I was going to be lightheaded. But then when you said you had that headache, I was like, oh, well, maybe it's just the energy is just super, super strong for us today.
It could be.
But then also, I had to take Brandon to the dentist. And let me tell you this, I'm not a nurse. I have the love of it, but not the stomach for it. I can't do it. He must have been like, take the blah, blah, the God. I'm done. I almost fainted. I was like, I can't live my life like this. So I gave him, don't do it. No, don't do it. No. Exactly, God. I can't live my life like that. I gave him his medication, and he is back in there asleep. He was so funny under the drugs or whatever. You know, he was kind of loopy, but now he's in there resting.
Or what?
They took all 4 out, and they said he had really large teeth. Mm-hmm. He was like, the doctor came out like his teeth were large. I'm like, well, what were they, like dinosaur teeth? Like, what is the problem?
Well, you always said he was an old soul. Now we know, indeed.
I guess so. So he said he had to he had to break the bottom ones up.
Yeah.
And pull them out. And then the top one, he said he had to get up under there and snap. I was like, doctor, this sounds like Little Shop of Horrors.
Did you hear him? Not him as
screaming? No, because he was under IV sedation.
Yeah, no, I mean Brandon, when he was coming out, were you in the room, and did he chat a lot and say crazy stuff?
He's a little bit loopy, like when because they pull you out in a wheelchair and everything. They don't let you walk or nothing. So he wheeled him out to the car, and he got in the car, and he just kept going. And he would sit up. I said, and I kept laying his head back because I wanted him to lay back. Right. And he was like, do I have to lay back? Why do I have to be like? He was just really, really, really funny. And so I kept trying to make him lay back. So he put his chair all the way back, and then he sat up, and he was like, why do I have to lay down? Is something wrong? Why do I have to lay down? And I was like, no, I just want you to lay back and relax and not get dizzy. So it was a weird ride home, because I kept having to lay his head back, like lay back. But he was a little bit loopy. He kept saying, I can't feel anything. So, yeah.
I know when Michael came out of it, Michael was very quiet, but he was just chatting away. And I'm like,
he wasn't chatty, or unless they kept him back there a while. But once he got to me, he was just laughing a lot.
Yeah. I was like, damn, shut up, child. I'm
hey, Scary Berry.
Quiet already. It was crazy. Well, welcome in, everybody. It's so nice, everybody, to join us. Nice indeed.
Actually, I didn't. They said, did I drink too much? We didn't even. That drink that you saw. That was probably the most drink that we had. We ate a lot more than we drank. So I didn't drink a whole lot, but it could have been that I could have been dehydrated from that, or I overly did the sea moss. I don't know. But I am still recovering energetically, physically, most just trying to pull it together. You see me guzzling this bottle of water.
I hear you. Hey, Crystal, nice to see you in as well. Sherry Berry, yes, good to see you in.
Hey, Crystal.
Right. So who do we have first? Who's first up? Akina says, let's see. What did I miss? How many people are on YouTube? I'm the only one that liked. Oh, go ahead, Wellness. Tell them, or from Wellness. Get on them. Let's see some like buttons hit, folks.
So for Terry T, I do see them having, like, the plane ride seems to be nice. I feel like you got them nice seats on the plane. So that seems to be fine. Plan activities, so they have something to do and they're not just sitting. So plan like meals to cook or outings to go, even if it's just to the park or to the local botanical gardens or something like that. I'm getting planned events, so they'll have something to do, and so you'll have structured things planned for them to do, and they're not just sitting around kind of waiting on you to get off work. Or even if you're going to be working and they're going to just be there, have stuff for them to do while, like, maybe plan a tour for them to go and see something, and you get them transportation back and forth, but make sure that they have things to do so that they are enjoying their selves while they're there. But it seems like it's going to be a great trip, and they're going to understand your life a little bit better. And I see them, like your mom, asking all these questions and pointing and being in awe of things where you are. I don't know if she's ever been there before, but this seems like a different trip. I get a different feel because I see her looking at you different when she sees you and maybe your life or what you do, or maybe if you take her to your job and they're like, singing your praises or whatever. So I do see that you, okay, yeah. So, I think he's going to take that earful and he's going to do a better seat, because I do see the seat seems to be more luxurious and it's only two next to each other. It doesn't seem to be that area where it's three and it's really combined. I really see her being pretty happy about the seats on the plane. They specifically showed me that, so that must have been the battle that you're talking about, because they showed me nice seats on the plane, and then the next thing was make sure you schedule things for them to do while they're there, so you can have fun, even if it's like for you to cook or her to cook or take her out to some nice dinners. Just make sure you have things for them to do so that they have a good time. And you're not working so much. But I literally see her looking at you and seeing you different, in a different light. So, and maybe it's just the pride in seeing like exactly what you do. But I also see a visit to the hospital, and I see people kind of, saying how great you are and how much they like you, and you kind of being like, kind of like that blushing face and like, oh yeah, and then she's being like, and she's just happy, she's also does she usually tell stories about your childhood? Because I see her telling a couple of embarrassing stories about you when she comes in to see you. So, definitely, I feel like it's going to be a good time. Your dad, does he like fishing? Because I see a fishing pole. Is that something that they do? I saw that also. So maybe like there's local places that he can kind of go fishing or whatever. Oh, you said, oh no, because I saw a fishing pole, like I saw a fish, but that could be abundance too, or prosperity. But I saw a fishing pole, like maybe that's something that he wants to do. So I don't know, but that's all I got, Don.
I get a little bit different spin. I think I see that the trips week, the arrival and departure, fine, no issues there. The one thing that I got is like at the end of the second week. By the end of the second week, I see you and your mom having a bit of a conflict, and I don't know if it's again, it goes back to kind of what Angie was saying, but it goes back a little more deeper. I just get there's gonna be conflict about something, that the way you do something or the way that she sees you doing something, the way that she thinks you should do something. And so I see a conflict coming there. Terry, it depends on how you handle it, the way in which it'll go. If you, again, sometimes you just suck it up and you just say, it's like, okay, 2 more weeks, they're gone, I don't care. So just say whatever. Or you can, or if you feel you're empowered to do so, then you can do it. But know that again, and about the end of the second week is when I'm feeling this energy of a conflict. And it's something that will be kind of, I get the impression it starts somewhere around the middle to end of the first week, but it's undertones, and then little shots happen along the way, little sparks and little comments and then it kind of gets to a point where you're like, okay, spit it out or say it, you know, or she finally gets to the point to do that. And then when you do, and when she does, say what she needed to say, I just feel your feelings are gonna be hurt and you're gonna be frustrated by it. But at the same time, you know how quite to process it. And so be careful about the processing of it. How do you process it and how you handle it can lead you to either this next week's being a successful 2 more weeks or not. I don't know. So anyway, that's what I'm getting.
And you know what? And I got the second week or a couple weeks after they got there, but I got it with the dad and him kind of being bored and not having anything to do. So maybe it's the, you know, him, you know, chipping about not having anything to do, and then her making a remark like, you brought us here and you don't have anything for us, or you don't spend any time with us. Whatever it is, like Don says, you know, it's all in how you handle it.
Yeah, and remember, your parents see you in a way that you are no longer, and so because you've moved on, they haven't necessarily. So understand when you think about the conversation they have with you, know exactly where it's coming from, and if you understand that, that would help you a lot. Because again, you know, you moved on. Your life is different. You're different. You're a professional. You do, and that's not the person they see. When they see you, they see their baby boy, their young man. You know, it's a little different thing. So, and that's why I think the hospital visit would be great, like Angie said.
And that's what I was going to say. I think that's why they highlighted that, so they can see your adult life. And that's when she kind of looks at you different.
Exactly. That's when it registers with them that you're not that kid anymore, that you have grown into something. Because again, sometimes it's not what we see, it's how other people perceive us. And when she sees other people see you in a more assertive role, they're like, oh, wait a minute, maybe I should see him now through those same eyes. So again, that's what I'm getting. Okay, so there you go.
All right. Well, I hope it's a good visit. He said all of June. That's a long. That's a long. Amen.
Let's hope it's not so warm there.
Amen.
That's good. He is being prepared. Good advice and enjoy. Thank you, Jaded, for the comment. I appreciate that. Next in line is who? Or is it whom? I don't know. I keep asking my question. I don't have to look it up. I understand that. Thank you. You're welcome, Terry T.
Kina, who's next? Oh. Is it a boy or a girl?
I wish I had my pendulum. I would do it.
I do.
I would do it. I would do it.
Let me get my good one. My new one, I don't know that it's totally acclimated with me, so I'm gonna use my old faithful. Is Cynthia currently pregnant with a little girl? I gotta know. But let me ask if it's a boy.
Now, if it says no to that, we're all in trouble.
It might be a boy and a girl. Is Cynthia currently pregnant with a little boy? And then I got a yes, and they show me 3 little boys. And you desperately want a little girl because you want a mini you. Like they literally show me like a printer, a copy machine stamping out little versions of you. And that's what you wanted. But I got that it's a boy. They showed me 3 boys.
Terry T, one more thing I forgot to mention. I see they're coming from a long distance, correct? And so the one thing that you would suggest to them is to get up and walk on the plane, at least walk up and down to go to the bathroom or something, stretch their legs, make sure they don't stay seated because I'm getting long flight. And so if it's a long flight, make sure they get up and they move and get their body moving so we don't have any clots. You know what I mean? So do it.
It's weird because when I ask the question, is she having what is she having? I hear girl, but when I do the pendulum, I get boy. I don't know.
Say that again.
When I do the pendulum, I get boy, that it's going to be a boy. But when I ask the question with the cards, I hear girl. So I don't know.
Oh, interesting.
I will go with the pendulum on this one.
Yeah. I just saw a pendulum the other day that is like a holder, and then you can insert different, and they have like 5 or 6 different crystals that are shaped to fit
Oh, Sherry Berry has one of them. She talked about it on our last live. She showed it because she did that, and she put the pin. She put something down in the pin in there, a little crystal or something there, and then she did it. Yep, she did it on our live. She has one.
Yeah, I saw them. They're very cool. I saw them and I was like, well, I was curious about those. Julie says, are they twins?
So I asked if it was twins or multiples, and I got no. And it could be a surprise with the gender. The pendulum distinctly said no on the girl, yes on the boy. And when I asked in my head, now I hear boy. I don't know. But the pendulum distinctly said boy, so I'm gonna go with a boy.
Once you're far enough along, you'll be able to see it because the ultrasound will show one thing or another. Exactly. And when I say that, I mean very literally one thing. Or
ask the baby what it is. You can talk to your baby, like we psychically talk to God. You can talk to the baby in your belly if you want, like, and it'll speak back to you. Try it. Ask what it is.
Exactly. Next in line is
it's all energy, Cynthia.
Don't forget, folks, while we are changing to the next person in line, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, alrighty then.
Cynthia, just because you're 5 weeks doesn't mean that you can't energetically talk to the baby. Like I'm energetically talking to spirits. You can energetically talk to the baby. Is already the spirit or soul that's going to be in there is already in there. The actual human part of it just isn't done developing. You can still talk to the baby. And if you're receptive to it, you can hear the baby talk back to you. Believe me. There's a lady who specializes in doing that. She will talk to your baby in vitro or in, yeah.
I didn't bring my pendulum. I wish I would have now.
I heard no because you haven't fully prepared for it. And then I got conflict when I asked about it. So I don't think that you're going to take the dream vacation. They're saying you need to definitely check the pricing because you may be a little bit off on what you think the pricing is. Like there was a lot of things different. Like when I got to Vegas, there was a lot of things that were different than when the last time I went. And I was just like, oh, wow. So I don't think that you are adequately prepared for how much things are going to cost. Stuff like food, transportation, getting in and out, going to different events and stuff. All that stuff can be very expensive. And so I'm getting that the conflict is in what you think it's going to be versus what it's going to be. And shop around. I hear shop around. Make sure that you are prepared for whatever could happen. Like I don't see an emergency happening, but I do see that you haven't adequately saved to have a good, like you can have a vacation, you can go and do minimum stuff on a budget, but if you want a dream vacation, have you prepared for that dream expense? So that's what I'm getting.
I've been distracted. I am so sorry, Margaret. I would. Have y'all noticed? I've now centered myself twice. And have you noticed I'm no longer on center? This damn spirit who had brain cancer. I'm fighting with the freaking spirit here who had brain cancer. That's who's driving my head crazy. Is here, and they're like messing with my stuff. And look, they moved my camera now twice. They've moved this camera. And I'm getting ready to adjust it again, but it's like I did not start here. I started center, and I'm like, okay, this is the first time a spirit started moving shit. So this is like, okay, Emily, Emily, you need to you know, this time.
Well,
Okay?
what is it that you want to say? Are you saying that we're off center? That something like what is it that you're trying to say, Emily?
Well, no, it's not Emily.
Um,
It's not Emily's doing it. It's this spirit who died from brain cancer. Is there
oh,
somebody
okay.
here, Margaret? Did you lose somebody who died of brain cancer? Because while Angie was talking to you, my camera started moving, and it's like, is that an indication that it was meant for you, or is there somebody in here who's it's a father figure, it's a male figure in your family who had brain cancer, and it's not my own dad, even though he died of that. This is not him. I know his energy. This is not him. And I'm gonna just
For Margaret, it's very emotional. Like this situation is very emotional for you. And you didn't think logically when you started to plan it, you just thought, oh, the money would come. But I don't think that you actually try to do anything to draw the money to you. Like, oh, we say our affirmations. I believe in infinite abundance and all my wants and needs are met. Like, have you done anything to draw the money to you? You said, is the money able to be there? It is able. It's always able and capable of there. The resources are available, but are you doing what you need to do to do that? Like when people tell me, they can't afford to do blah, blah, blah. I had to get a second or a third job. So sometimes it's you limiting your sources of income. So, or your resources to get it. What have you done to pull the money into you? Have you even got a bottom line? Like, okay, this is my budget. This is what they're showing me. Like, do you know if this is going, do you have $3,000, $5,000? Like, have you decided what your budget is? This is how much money I think I'm going to spend. This is tickets. This is rooms, or this is housing. This is transportation. This is getting into theme parks. Food is a very expensive thing. Even just for me in Vegas, it was a lot of expense. So had I had my child, or there was other children, it would have been double or triple what I was paying. And so have you made those things? Like, the universe doesn't know how much money you need. Have you given yourself a budget? Have you priced tickets? Have you done anything to prepare and say, this is what I need? You're asking, is the money available? Yeah, it is available. Um, so what are you doing to draw the money in is what I'm getting. And then again, like I got that it's emotional. I got new beginnings, but it's emotional, like a relationship. Like, are you going to see somebody there? Because I got new beginnings in a relationship, and then I got a partnership. So are you going for a romantic thing, or to see somebody, or to start a partnership, or to see somebody? Because it seems like you're going for a specific person, not necessarily just for a vacation. Arkisha, have you asked us about this person again? Like, you ask a lot of relationship questions, honey, and I feel like we give you the same answer over and over. I'll go. I mean, are you expecting us to tell you something different, or are you missing the answer that we're giving? Because I'm repeatedly going to the higher power asking the same thing. How is this relationship for Arkisha going to be? What is love for Arkisha going to be? And literally, I'm going to the highest power, and you're asking me to ask the same question. So are you missing the reading, or are you just thinking that each week is going to be a different outcome for this person? She said with kids. Oh, you're just taking a vacation with the kids? Because this is for Margaret. I get that I get relationship. I got all cups energy, all emotion, and this says a new beginning in love, somebody offering you a cup of love, and then this is a partnership, which is usually a more intimate relationship than it is a like, oh, a coworker or a friend. This is a more intimate relationship. So I don't know if you're going to meet somebody while you're there, but it literally says love on the card. And then this says an outpouring of love. So I'm not sure if you're thinking you're going to meet somebody, or you just don't want to tell us that you're going to meet somebody, but it seems to be that you're trying to hook up or see somebody when you go. So that's what I got.
Well, I can see that you definitely want a break. You want a vacation. You definitely need one, because you definitely need to rest, because you got a lot going on in your life, and it's not all pleasant at this point. And the Lord knows it would help you to align yourself quickly. You may not even want to come back once you go. This is like the do not return card. But the question is, are you going to get the news you want to be able to make it? And that's the question, is about the budget. And so again, is the money there? Can you make the money happen? That's where my mind is as it sounds right now. Let me dig a little deeper on that one. Yeah, it says go ahead and take it. Make sure you do it. This is the go. This is the victory card. This is the chariot card. So even if you have to be cautious with your finances, get out there and do it. Again, you need the rest. You definitely need the rest. You need to get away from a lot of the chaos in your life. And again, it'll help you to line yourself up and line your chakras up, which can get you back there. So just make sure you budget for it before you go and say, I'm going to only spend this much each day and spend only that much each day. Make sure you have all the plans in place. And then like Angie was saying about cups, the 9 of Cups says you're going to enjoy it. This is an opportunity you don't want to miss. This is an opportunity you don't want to miss. So take the opportunity, do it, even if the finances aren't the strongest, because you will look back and you'll probably think the other way and say, oh, I wish I'd only done this.
And she's not going to July, so you still have an ample amount of time to have the resources come in, to pull the money in, to call the money in, and to help you with your to get the money that you need. Like in a couple months, you could easily get a second job and add some more income, or win some money, or get an unexpected income. I didn't get any unexpected money coming in. I kind of got that you're going to have to kind of sweat of your brow or kind of call it in, even in some kind of way. It's not just going to magically drop in your lap. So you're going to have to do some affirmations or some kind of spiritual or something to draw that money energy into you. So that's what I got.
Super. Well, get to it, Margaret. Enjoy yourself. Make sure you make it happen. Yep. Find the money. Find the money or the experience for it. One thing you can do, Margaret, is if you can't, if hotel rooms aren't something that is in your budget range, go to Airbnb, go to VRBO, and try to see if you can get something there, which can make it a more reasonable stay if possible. There are many options. Don't be confined to only what you used to do or what you used to know. There's so many other options these days, but most importantly, make it happen. No, I think you'll be happy that you did. And I'll be damned. I'm off center again. See it?
Yeah.
Can we talk? Can we talk?
I literally, as I read your question, heard a baby crying. So I'm assuming that that's a big fat yes on the pregnancy. What's coming for you is that I'll go ahead and try to draw some cards too, but I definitely heard a baby crying immediately when I read your question. Jaded, you seem to be in shock or disbelief, like you don't want to believe that could be the possibility, but asking it a different way every week. I mean, they literally showed you a stork, so I mean, that's kind of as good as it gets. As good as it gets. But sometimes in my dreams, I'm like, well, what does that mean? And they're like, are you serious, Angie? Yes, I am serious. So that's what I got down, that it is a baby. I literally see a little baby coming, and you'll find out maybe in June. You'll find out officially in June. Like this month, I don't think you'll find out, or maybe you'll get pregnant in June, but I do see June definitely as the date or the time. Is that what I told you last time? I feel like I told you that before. June.
I hate to tell you, but you know me and my love readings and my baby readings are always bad. I'm on the opposite end of that one. I have seen, look at this, all the cards I have that I pulled out. None give me indication of a baby. So, and that's because I am so not baby.
And I got the sun card, which is a little baby on a horse.
Exactly. So I avoid the baby questions first. Unless I have a pendulum, I avoid them because my cards know my thinking. And it's like, it doesn't take me there very easily. So I am not the one. I am not the one to ask that question of. So ignore me completely. Because mine will most often say, no, ain't happening.
Oh, 5 months. So June is the 6th month. So yeah, I do see. Wait, let me see if that's June 2023. I heard a yes.
That's a Easter baby, isn't it?
Oh, for next year?
Yeah.
You
If
should
you
find-
if you have a baby and if you get pregnant like in July, isn't that like an Easter baby? Something like that. August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Yeah, Easter baby.
And there you go.
Why wait? Make it a New Year's baby. Oh no, it's not. Yeah, make it a New Year's baby. Get started. Under construction.
You can practice.
That's the fun part, isn't it?
Practice.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, I'm telling y'all better look into how much daycare is. It's $1,000 a month or more.
Heck, yeah, or more. Absolutely.
A little, like a newborn, probably about 15 or 1,700 a month.
Yep. My grandchild's supposed to be born between Friday and Monday. And it's like, you know, they talk about the money now. Yeah. Yeah. Wait till that one comes. And they're talking about we're going to use cloth diapers. And I'm like, give it a week. I'm thinking
I
like,
had a friend who did that, and I did not believe she was gonna do it, but she was so miserly, or her boyfriend was so miserly that she did it, and I don't know how she did it, because I would have quit week one, Don. Like I'd have quit diaper changing one. Like, yeah, we can't do this.
if it were me, it would have done day one because I was like, nah, you know. And I don't get me wrong, Lord knows I don't want landfills and all that, but I don't care. When it comes to that, ain't touching it, ain't doing it.
I'm not doing it. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Listen, no. I will drink out of paper straws all the rest of the year versus doing that. Listen, I can't do it.
Yeah, and what those babies put out, I mean, it is. I mean, it's like what can any do that? Anything do that? It's nasty. Some of the smells is like, oh Jesus, Lord have mercy. Lord. If I'm not careful, I'm going to go off the edge of the screen here. You notice? I'm like,
you are moving over a lot.
And you see, I'm not moving. It's like, so. Okay, I am telling you what. I'm gonna probably pop up here a minute and just kind of take care of some things and then come right back.
All right, and of course, on a love question. Thanks, Don.
Oh, it's such a shame that I can't do one of those. Oh my gosh.
Let me get my love cards.
I love to love you, baby.
Okay, Jen, what's coming for you in love?
When it comes to love questions?
Don't do it. No, don't do it. No.
Don't ask me this question.
I'm gonna go straight cards on this one. Let's see. What's coming for Jen in love? What should Jen be expecting? Oh, I got the 8 of Pentacles. This is gonna be a little bit of work. Hard work. This is you putting in the work for this relationship. Let me see what else I got. Right, angels, my favorite. So you could jump in at any time and read her too. Oh my God, I got stuff, cards just flying everywhere. I'm not even picking those up. Like every card in there fell on there. So either that's a bad sign for love or these cards just don't want to be used because I'm not picking out a single one of them up. Let me find some different cards. Lord help the child. All right, let's go to these. These are a mix of, these are just a different set. So we're going to try these for love and see what we get. Like literally all the cards are on the floor and I'm not picking them up. So let's see if the 8 of Pentacles comes out again. What information do you have for Jen and love? What is it that you want Jen to know? What is for Jen's greatest and highest good regarding love? What is the current outlook for Jen and love? Did you just move on from a relationship? Because what I said, what is your current outlook for you on love? They showed me the 8 of Cups, which is somebody walking away from a situation. So did you just give up on a situation or totally be done? It's not, you're not at a 10, so you're walking away, but then you're looking back. So are you walking back and forth in and out of this? Exactly. I'm not even doing the angels. It's not 52, it's 78, and I'm not doing it. Okay, you did. So they're showing me you walking away, but you're looking back. And so you're considering, and that's what you want to know is if you're going to rekindle or if this person's coming back. I don't feel like you're totally done because it would have been they would have showed me a 10. I do get that they're now showing me a 9 of wands. So I am getting that this has been a battle back and forth, like you two have had off and on, good and bad. And you're just kind of tired of the mental drama of it all, the whole chaos of the situation. Um, I think that you really do love this person, but I don't think that this person appreciates you or understands the way that you want to receive love, is how I'm getting it, is what they're showing to me. And you're just tired of the back and forth. And in a way to stop your own heart from bleeding, because they're showing me the 3 of swords, but they're flipping the 3 of swords. So for me, when they flip the 3 of swords to the other side, why can't I think of it? To the reverse, that means you've learned your lesson. So when it's upright, you're being stabbed. That's heartbreak. But when they flip it, you've learned your lesson in this situation. And though you're looking back on it and wondering if you should go, I get that you should just go ahead and move forward. So that's what you want to know, if there's new love on the horizon. As I asked that, I got a resounding yes. Like, what did you think? We would take something away and not give you something new. So I got a yes. I got that you're open to love, but you're open to the peace of a new love and not the chaos and the combat. That's what they're saying, and the combat of an old love. So you are open to new love. You are ready for it. You don't seem to be harboring anything. For you, it's like, you know what? I gave it the old college try. I did everything I was supposed to do. I'm ready to move on for the peace of it in my mind. So you seem to have healed from the heartbreak. And it's kind of like a long time coming is how they're showing it to me. A long time coming. And that's the song that they're playing for me. A change is gonna come. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is going to come. And the Lovers card popped out. So there is new love for you, but not with this person. They clearly said, but not with the person you just left. That's not where the love is coming in. It's going to, this is either a decision or love. And for me, they're telling me this is love. This is truly love. I got the Lovers card for you for a new person. Is the person that you just left named David? Angels Will Fly is also reading you. So this right here is her reading of you from the cards that she's pulling. She's also in our group, so she's very insightful and intuitive too. So this is what she's getting as she's pulling cards for you also. So you're still getting 2 readings, even though Don isn't here. And then I got the King of Cups, trust. Somebody who understands your emotion, who can cater to your emotion, somebody who's emotionally intelligent and understands you're ready for a mature relationship, is how they're showing it to me. Not somebody who's still kind of playing childish games. Like you're not opposed to having fun and laughing and having a good time in a relationship, but you are opposed to someone who's childish and not mature enough to move forward on topics or situations that you think are important. And so this person is going to have that emotional intelligence, that emotional understanding to be able to give you that give and take, that nurturing that you need, or at least understand your feelings and not be like, well, I ain't mean it like that, so I don't know why you're taking it like that. They're going to be able to communicate with you in a way that both of you can be like, oh, okay, well, I didn't know that's how you felt. That's how you feel. Okay, well, how do we move forward? So it seems to be a more mature conversation. You said you don't know a David. Okay, then maybe that's the new person, but let me see. David comes up for me a lot, so I'm not sure if that's right. Oh, I'm hearing he's not David, or he's not a David. Oh, a David would be the guy from the Bible, David and Bathsheba, who he killed the one man's husband in order to get with her. So that's a person who does whatever he wants to get whatever he needs. So he's not a David, is what they're saying to me. He's not a David. He's not a person who would use his power to manipulate and get what he wants. Because is that what the other person was? A person who was a manipulator, or used his or like used his emotions or his dominance in order to control the relationship. Jealousy and troubles. Oh, she said the star was the first card that she put. Yes. Okay. So that's what you're ready to leave. he's not a David is what I heard. So that makes sense. He's not a David. He's not going to treat you in the way that that person was. Got it. That was a long journey to get there, Jen. I'm glad you stayed with me. Stay with me and I will bless you. Okay. But that is what I see going on, is that you want something a little bit more mature. I like this together. They're telling me I don't even need to pull any more cards, because this is what you're about to receive: a dedicated love and a person who is mature. It's coming soon. You'll probably date around in the summer, like meet a person here, meet a person there, kind of go out for coffee. They're showing me like Starbucks and things like that, but you won't permanently meet somebody. They're showing me the dates ticking off of the calendar, and then they're showing me the fall leaves. So by fall, you will be ready to settle in. Like this is going to be kind of like a hot girl summer, kind of like a, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I want to go out for coffee. Yeah, I want to go out for drinks. Hey, let's, whatever we want to do is our business type of summer. Be careful. But then when the fall leaves start to fall, and because they're showing me November, you'll meet somebody and it'll be a little bit more settle. And I don't know if it could be a carryover of somebody you met in the summer and then you carry it over and it extends more, but November seems to be the time when it's a little bit more serious, or a little bit more less flingy is the word that they're telling me to use. So I think that it's going to be good for you as far as meeting somebody. And this summer will be just what you need to help you kind of get over your last person and see that people aren't so different. Like, what you don't want. This summer, you'll be able to date and see what you do like. Oh, okay, I do like going out and sitting at a restaurant and talking. Oh, I do like going for walks. Oh, I do like going paddle boating. Oh, I do like doing these things. So you'll get to see what you want, because these men will be different. And they're saying, think outside your normal box. Don't pick your normal type. That little dude with the little pen pocket protector right here, and the little glasses with the the little glasses, and the little nerdy guy. Listen, let me tell you, you better holler at him. You better see what he's saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Go for it. Go for it. All right. So Don is here, and I just finished the love reading, Don. Who's next, Tina?
I used I had a sage. I saged because it was getting ridiculous. So but I used Julie. Julie gave me a sage spray.
Okay.
Instead of burning, so I sprayed the room.
Tina used that too. She makes it too.
Oh, is that right? I didn't know she made it.
Tina makes it too, y'all. It's very strong with frankincense, I think, in
strong.
it. But she makes it too.
And then I followed up with some Palo Santo. And
that's what I have, the stuff to take the bad out. I need something to bring the good in, because today I burned some cinnamon and some sage together. Like, I felt like it was a little wonky today, so I burned some sage and some cinnamon this morning.
So hopefully I'm hoping
that maybe that cinnamon will be the goodness.
Hopefully my camera will stay. We'll see.
They are gone now, Don. Oh, she's saying, are they gone? I don't know. Can you get a guidance regarding your current situation? Okay. Oh, she makes a chakra balance spray. Okay, there you go. That's what Miss Julie said it is, chakra balance spray. Because she sprayed it. Well, she sprayed it. I don't know if that's what it was. Because she sprayed it with some
energy spray.
Right. She sprayed it during it, and I don't recall that it was a chakra thing, but it could be to that too.
Susan used to make some too, because Susan gave me a spray that she made of that kind of energy stuff. Yeah.
Oh, Unique Beauty says she burned her cinnamon and sage today. Amen. Listen, I had to get it done, and I've never done the cinnamon part of it, but something today said burn it, and I did. Listen, when they tell me to do it, I do it most of the time.
Good thing you added that there.
Look, they sitting there looking at me like, you better not even say it like that. Most of the time.
I was looking for a bolt of lightning to strike you. Like, what?
If it would have started thundering, I'd have been like, I'll be right back. Let me go do 10 Hail Marys and find an animal to sacrifice and throw against the altar. Lord, help the child. We're going old school. We're taking it all the way back to the altar.
Back to the Exorcist.
This house is clean.
Exactly. Can I get some guidance for reading my current situation, regarding my current situation? Okay. Oh, I think that I'm glad that you came to us for advice. This is that advice card. But I'm thinking you need something a little more than just advice. You just, it's like this situation requires somebody with this specific knowledge of 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 a professional service in this situation, because there's some things that you don't know that you need to know. So apparently, again, there are questions that need answers, and you don't know where to find those answers. Um, so again, turn to professionals on this one. Don't. It seems like you need to again to go a little deeper. And is this in reference to some male? Because I'm getting a very strong determined male, or somebody who, if it's an involvement with other situation, there's a man in control of the decision making process, and he is strong-willed, very determined, and somebody difficult. And but he is flexible. He is flexible, and he does understand. He is understanding in the sense of if you show him reason and logic, he will come through. So again, that's kind of what, again, not knowing exactly what the situation is. I'm only knowing what it is. But again, news is going to come in. It's going to confirm what I said. But most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and again get some professional guidance on this. And this is involving a money situation. So is it? I don't think this is a personal relationship. This is more of a money situation, or a situation, in, again, like a business deal or an income deal. Yes, he's a male. Like an employment situation. Is this employment? I mean, you got me guessing here. What you want to give us?
I think it's a relationship now, because the first thing that came out for me was that Two of Cups. So I immediately thought, oh, this is a relationship. She said current situation. So I'm wondering if she thought, oh, let me see if they pick up on that. It's a love situation. And then I got the Five of Wands, because I did a you, your path and your purpose. And her you is this right here. This right here is you, is the challenge. You. Is that Two of Cups. And then for her path, I got the Five of Wands, which is if nothing else changes and you continue on this path, it's going to be conflict, and it's going to be sleepless nights for you, because you're in your head about it, like the conflict, and then it weighs on you every night. You continue to go over and over and over in your head, and it keeps you up at night. And then the Devil card came out, but I put it back because I thought that it wasn't right, and it came out again, like I said what I said. So there's a lot of pessimism, or there's a lot of control, like Don said, like as they show me the Devil card, the chains around their neck get tighter, like he's tightening his control on you and doesn't let you do a lot. But then there is a new opportunity that is coming for you, like a divine abundance. Good news is coming for you. But I heard If You Break Away, and the song that they're playing for me is Kelly Clarkson's Breakaway. Or is that the name of the song, Breakaway? From that one movie, Breakaway. Yes. So that's the song that they're playing for me. So it seems to be a lot of control, a lot of, tightening of and trying to hold you in. And then I got something new is coming, new abundance. It may not necessarily be new love, but it's new abundance coming in for your new opportunities. So that's what I got.
The sad point, Angie, when I look at this, and then I don't see any sense that this, now we know it's a relationship question. I don't think for him, I don't see any love here. These two cards are not loving cards. I don't see that kind of love. I see the control and the power.
Power and control. Oh my gosh, Don, that's exactly what I got. Because they showed me the two people being joined together, but that her chain was getting tighter and tighter around her neck.
And she doesn't want to see it. She doesn't want to see it. She doesn't want to believe it, because she wants to make it something it isn't. So she needs somebody else to tell her and to make her wake up.
If I endure it, will it gets better? Well, I mean.
Yeah. So this, I'm telling you, I look here. I don't think he cares for you the way in which you care for him. I think for him, this is like a transactional situation. I hate to say
your
that.
Overall energy is that Nine of Wands. That's that beat down, that tired. I've been raked over the coals. I've tried, and I want to be resilient, but they're telling me, no, you don't have to be resilient. It's in this situation. Walk away. Or pull back emotionally, like you're giving a lot emotionally, and your emotions are being stomped on. They show me somebody stomping on your emotions like grapes.
Yeah.
So that's what I got for you, Mira.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think he cares for you the way you care for him. In my opinion, this is a transactional situation for him. He gets what he needs, and he's happy with that. So you got to figure out what you're going to do with that information. That's the question.
Yeah. And literally, this one came back out. Like it fell on the floor. I put it back in, shuffled it, came right back out. I said what I said. So good things are to come. Like I said, this is your current path if you don't change anything. the conflict and the sleepless nights and the being in your head and the fear and the anxiety and all that stuff. But if you move on, because I heard Break Away, listen to that song Break Away by Kelly Clarkson. This is where you're heading to: new opportunities, good news, and abundance. But you have to break away from that situation.
I got that song in my head now. I love that song, by the way.
I do too. Listen, her very first CD that came out, there was a lot of songs on there that I liked on that very first one.
Yeah, she writes some good stuff too.
She sings every day on her show. It's not always one of her songs, but she sings every single day on her show. Somebody did a mashup and show her every day for I don't know how many a period of time, but they show her singing every day.
Have you seen the thing that she did for the award show for Pink, and she sung Pink's song and then Pink joined in?
No, I didn't see that.
You have to watch it. It is amazing. It is amazing. But there is one song, one of her snippets that they play on YouTube or whatever, and it's that song where she talks about I will never leave you. It's like she talks about
piece by piece by piece.
Yes, and she's singing it live, and the emotion coming through her. At one point, she even stops and she's like, I apologize. I'm sorry because it's so.
Oh, when she was on American Idol.
I don't know which one it was. I just saw her live on the stage and she's singing it, and in the audience, people are in tears.
Listen, Don, the first day I saw it, this was way, way back in the day, because it was one of the first Idol finales, like the first Idol finale, or when they were gonna leave, and they brought the people back who had sung on there, and she was big and pregnant, and she sung it, and I recorded that night, and I just kept replaying it. It was so emotional because the song originally is a fast song. If you go to that album, it's a fast song, but the guy slowed it down for that performance, and she got all emotional. She started crying, and then they re-released it, and they call it Idol version.
Yeah, I saw that
Idol version.
I think I tell you what, I saw recently too. She did the 5 nominees for best song on one of the award shows, and they were different genres, and she nailed each one of them. Even the people who performed the song originally, who was in the audience, you could see they enjoyed watching her do it.
Yeah.
I mean, she is.
And she's married to Reba's son.
She's divorced from him.
That's who she's divorced from now. Yeah.
He gets $120,000 a month from her.
And Reba says she doesn't get into it. Her and Reba are still nice, but she didn't get into any of the drama with them. That was their situation.
Reba's divorced from his father as well.
Oh well, there you go.
Yeah. I think Reba got divorced before Kelly did.
But yeah, I love her, and I love that song too, Kelly Clarkson. I love that song, Piece by Piece. That's what it's called.
Yeah, she wrote that, didn't she? I'm almost certain she said she
wrote it for her daughter. I think while she was pregnant. Yeah, or maybe after, but definitely for the daughter.
Yeah, but I remember her father wasn't part of her life, and then he came back in when she got famous, and she's like, "Where were you? Where were you?"
Yeah.
When my mom was dealing with all this stuff, where were you?
Yeah. Yes, that song is so emotional. The first time I saw it, I was boo-hooing. The whole panel of people on Idol was boo-hooing. You can look it up and just do Kelly Clarkson Idol performance piece by piece, and it'll come up on YouTube, the whole thing.
Yeah, she is such
a Miss Linda, you're never late. Whenever you come in, you're right on time. You're the star of the show.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Mira said that, is there anything good coming for you? Mira, the last card that I put for you is the Ace of Pentacles. So yes, there is something good coming in you, but you have to break away from where you are. So I did see abundance and joy and good things coming in for you, but you have to break away. That's when the song Break Away came up. So if you go back a little bit, you can see where I said the Ace of Pentacles was your last thing. Like after the Devil card, the Ace of Pentacles was the new thing that's coming in for you. Angela Love, Keena, did you already tell Angela that we got her on the list? You only need to post your question once. Once you post your question, Keena tags your question, so you don't have to repeatedly do it. Oh, I do like that song too, Jaded. Keena said the next 2 people didn't answer, so we are currently I don't know who the next 2 are, Keena. Linda, we had too much fun in Vegas. That's the problem. We're still recovering, and today Wednesday. Oh, the person on the screen. Nala B, are you here? Listen, you guys don't have to say, can I have a reading? Just post your question. You're just flooding the chat when you just say, when you keep saying, can I have a reading? Just post your question, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget to hit those like buttons as well as those subscribe and follow buttons, please. We would appreciate it so very much. Very much.
Okay, you got it. All right. So Nyla, are you here? If you're not, we're gonna skip you. Is it Nyla, Nayla? Okay, next person. MB, are you here? I don't even do these kind of readings, and I immediately heard the word sex, and you knew that that's what the question, what the answer was. Literally, I heard the word sex, and they're showing me the Ace of Wand, and they're actually showing me a gigolo. They're actually showing me Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo. So MB, I'm done with your reading. That's why he reached out to you today, or AZ reached out to you today. Starting new business.
What did I miss? This
the MB person didn't answer, so I went ahead and read it, and they told me no, and they showed me all the cards for her, or the stuff for her. It was an Ace of Wands, and it was a he called her for sex. So no, she knew that. Like, come on now, if you ain't talked to somebody in weeks and then they all of a sudden come to you, they are horny. Believe it. Believe it. They are horny, or they want some money. If they really truly love you and want to talk to you, they won't go that long without talking to you. They are horny, or they want some money. Get it together, people. We are adults. Stop acting like you're a child and you don't understand human behavior. We are adults. Can we please move on with that and understand human relationships and know why a person is calling you, or why a person is reaching out to you after a long time? Also, this Mercury retrograde about to start on the 21st or 22nd, and we're already in the pre-shadow. So those Willy Bobos about to start coming back like, hey, how you doing? What you been doing? Living my life. Block screen. No, thank you. No, thank you. Absolutely not. Don't do it, people. Go back. There's a reason why you left. Y'all always remember, y'all always think, what could it be like? Remember why you left, because 3 days after or 3 weeks after, this is what you're going to remember. That right there, that's why I left. You snore, you sleep, you chew your ice too hard, you get on my nerves. All of those reasons are the reasons why you are going to decide that you don't want to. Exactly. Mercury retrograde. Don't do it. Don't go back, MB. Okay, and now JoJo. Don, if you have something for JoJo, you can move forward. I think I did a little bit of this in the classroom when we were in class on Tuesday. Because I saw a promotion, but I saw it having to make her go into the office. So let me see if I can get a little bit more information. Oh.
Jojo, it's interesting here. Take the risk with this venture. You have the feathers underneath you to catch you. So again, you have a foundation under you to catch you, even if you don't go in the right direction. Just jump out there and start doing it. I love that idea. And look, it's interesting because I'm also seeing from that, you're going to find 2 different streams of income from this, not just 1, but 2. So again, look for more than one way to skin a cat, shall we say. The Wheel of Fortune is there. So again, you spin it, you make it happen. It's up to you, Jojo. It's all in your hands. But the judgments cards are kind of in the area. I just feel judgment card here in the sense that, again, if you spin that wheel, you put things in motion, you're going to find what you're looking for. You're going to get what you've been wanting all the time. And this is that ace. So again, this is that cutting into that new thing. This is that slicing it a different way. So just get to it and get started. I think the most important thing is getting going. And then here's the Hierophant. Again, make sure as you get rolling that you follow all the rules, that you make sure you understand all the limitations and structures, so where you don't make a mistake of overestimating what you can do, or underestimating, or again, over-promise and under-deliver. Don't do that. That's not a way to do it. Here's the Emperor card again. So I love the Emperor card. The Emperor card is reminding you that you're in control, which is what I told you 2 cards ago. So that control is good. Make sure you understand that control. And then just make sure you stay centered and grounded as you move through this, because a lot of stress is going to be on you because you're doing 2 things at once. You'll be juggling 2 opportunities at one time. So continue to keep that peace, that zen around you. And ultimately, look at this. The success is going to flow around you. Look at all the feathers. So again, it's going to flow around you. You're going to get it. So it's just focus and move forward. I see nothing but good things going to come from this.
Okay. So I did get the Hanged Man, so that's kind of you being like, you know, I don't know what step to take next. I don't know what to do. And the way that they showed it to me is that the divine has you like a vine wrapped around you and saying, and they had you holding on until you had done your thorough analysis. And what I heard was you've analyzed it enough. You've thought about every different angle that this could happen in, and you've done that enough. You've made your list. You've thought about whether this person is a good person or not a good person. So then the Two of Wands came out when I asked what the outcome is going to be, but they told me to move it next to the Hanged Man because now you've already done the planning. You've already had the foresight. Like this is the person looking out on the world, out onto the opportunity. She has a phone in her hand, which is normally the world, a globe or something that's in her hand. So you've already done the planning. You're already prepared. The next card is your abundance. This is the Queen of Pentacles. She's abundant. She knows how to bring money in. There's love, growth all around her. There's that infinity. Yellow for me is infinite possibilities. Then she has the rabbits down there, which is usually fertility, but in this case, they're showing me the multiplying of the rabbits. So that's multiplying of the money, multiplying of the resources. So I got abundance for you in that situation. And then this seems to be a partnership that you're working with somebody else on. And are you second guessing this person? Because this card came out and I put it back in like, no, I don't like that as an outcome, the 5 of Swords, but it came back out again. And so are you kind of leery of somebody or thinking about them, like wondering if they're okay for you to go ahead and move forward with? Because I got the 7 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Pentacles is you've planted your seeds. You're waiting on your harvest to come in. So you've already done all the work in planting the seeds and getting the planning going. Now it should just be you moving into the opportunity to get whatever it is. And then this 5 of Swords, it feels more like you planning your escape. Like if this doesn't work out, this is how I'm going to leave. Like always having a plan B. And they're saying this isn't a bad thing. This is a good thing for you to have that because you've learned the lesson is what they're saying, and not having a backup plan. You actually have a backup plan. You've overthought it like you normally do. And should I? And you've come up with all these reasons and all these different scenarios. And now they're saying your backup plan is necessary and it's good. This is kind of your escape plan if things don't work out. So that's what I got. But definitely your harvest is coming. You've already planted the seeds. But they're showing me a watchful eye, like make sure you pay attention to what goes in, what comes out, what resources, what your inventory, whatever it is that you're doing, make sure you're paying attention to everything daily. So I think that's where Don got that this is going to be a lot of work because you're going to have split opportunities. And so it's going to be a lot of work with you paying attention and not letting things get behind and being like, oh, I'll check the books next week. Oh, I'll check the books next week. And then you're 4 weeks or 6 weeks in and you're like, wait a minute, I didn't notice that this was a discrepancy. So they're saying, make sure that you are meticulous with checking the books.
So the one thing I can tell you, Jojo, do not do partnership. I don't do it. Don't do it. Believe me, I can do the Angie graphic. Don't do it. Don't do it. But no.
And maybe that's why you got that 5 of Swords, that backup plan. Like, okay, in case this looks like it's going left, this is how I'm going to escape. Like, this is you looking at them like, yeah, y'all going that way. I'm going this way.
Exactly. Yep. Avoid that partnership route. Do not do it. Do not do it. There's the energy just isn't right there. I don't get a coalescence. I think, and again, it's avoid a trouble down the road. So it's like they say. When do you plan for your divorce? When you get married. When do you plan for your eviction? When you hire a tenant, when you bring a tenant in. You do the work up front. You do what you have to do up front to make sure that you are prepared when something happens. And therefore, if you're a good landlord, you do a lot of background checks. You make sure you've done everything you can to choose the best tenant. And then you bring them in there. And guess what? You don't get evicted because, again, you did your work. When it comes to this, do the business work. Do not leave it on somebody else.
Take the emotion out is what I just heard. Take the emotion out. There's no emotion when it comes to business. You can't be like, oh, well, she's just a single mom with 4 kids and blah, blah, blah. And they'll be the worst ones. You come in, it'd be footholds through your wall. They done wrote all over everything. Yep. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't let the emotions take you out.
Yep. So there you go. Yes. And Jojo,
we all need confirmations at times.
Yeah. And Jojo, if you need any, as you remember, I was a business advisor. So if you need anything and anybody to talk to or chat about and these kind of things, let me know. Anytime, my number, you got my number. And so you can call me or email me or whatever. and run things by me and all that stuff. I mean, you're in my wheelhouse with that. So
Exactly. You're Karen, I think I'm glad that you like the example that we gave.
yes. Alrighty then. Next in line is Sharon Go. Sharon says, "Morning, both. May I have a general reading, please?"
Sharon, are you here? Sharon Go, are you here?
Sharon, Corinne, Arkisha, and Victoria in that order. Please let us know you are here.
So Sharon is here.
Okay, good, good. And then it's Corinne, Arkisha, and Victoria in that order. There's more after that as well, but those are the next ones in line.
Oh my gosh, Sharon, as soon as I read that, I started asking questions and shuffling, and they said, can you see the horizon? Like you're driving up to a beach and there's a horizon coming out over the water. Can you see the horizon? Can you see that things are going to get better? And what pops out was the Wheel of Fortune, things turning in your favor. This is a time, like literally wherever Saturn is, it's supposed to be good. It's supposed to be action. It's supposed to be moving around. I don't know anything about the planetary movement, but I've heard enough people say that Saturn is action. It's for you to move, get things done, take advantage of the opportunities of Saturn and Pluto and all the movement that it's doing. So go ahead and move forward. They're literally showing you driving up to a beach and the horizon right there. So there's all this water to overcome, but they're showing me that you don't have to wade through the water. You don't have to take a boat over the water because that's a slow journey. It's a ride over. So there's an airplane. So I don't know if you were going up to an airport. Nope, you were going up to where you told to go. So the divine is telling you to do something. They're giving you direction on what to do, and you're thinking that it doesn't make sense. Well, if I have to go over the river, why are you telling me to drive up to the river? They're saying, do what it is. There's a series of steps that you need to do. So if they're telling you to do this, do that, because then the whatever you need will be there. Because I'm like, oh, well, is she gonna have to go over this water? No, they're showing me you going over, but the resources you need won't come until you start taking a step. So as you take one step, then the next thing will come and the next thing will come. And so they're saying they're giving you these divine steps to do. Are you seeing the horizon? Are you seeing what they're trying to tell you to do and taking the steps? They're not going to show you the full picture, and they're not going to share you every resource and tool that you have, but are you going to trust them enough to take that step and move forward is what I got for you, Sharon. So Don, you can go ahead. Oh, Keena says Saturn is big. Keena in the car driving is still texting. She said Saturn is big daddy. It brings structure. So this is the structure and, organization and things that you need, but it's also movement. It puts things in order for you.
The one thing that I got was Sharon, I got heartbreak. And so again, heartbreak is something you've experienced and you have to let it go. You just can't seem to let it go for some reason. And again, you have so much going on. Why do you carry this with you? Let it go. Let it go. Let go. Let God. I mean, come on. There's a time for you. You spent some time on the dark side of the moon. Now it's time to get them to the light side of the moon. It's time to move on. And if it means being a bit hard-edged and somebody who has to harden your heart a little bit, you do it, because I'm getting some heartbreak here. I'm getting some energy that, again, you're carrying it with you, and you need to stop. This, and this are not. These are in conflict with each other. Again, this is that heartbreak, but this queen, she doesn't feel heartbreak. This one takes no prisoners. She'll cut you. She'll cut you and not even think about it. And she will cut you. I mean, I'm telling you, you got to move from this to this. You got to let this go. This is not good. And again, you've been hanging on for a while now. This isn't new. Whatever this energy is, whatever this pain is, whatever this frustration is, I don't know what it is. But again, with this person, you got to let that anger go, let that hurt go. Holding on to it will do you no good, will do you zero good. And again, it'll help you move forward in your life. Right now, I feel like you still feel stuck because, again, part of it, you can't let that go. Look at this. If you let it go, look at how free you're going to be. You're going to uplift, and then just move. So move on beyond this heartbreak and move on beyond whatever this frustration is, because guess what? It's not helping you to move. It's not helping you to find your purpose. It's not helping you to find your path, and it's not helping you to be free. You are renting space to somebody else, and it's not in your head that you don't need to, because guess what? They moved on. So move on.
Keena says Saturn is also the planet of karma. So good Lord, I hope that although my karma necessary situations have already passed through with them last time, So I'm on to some good karma, but I feel like it is. But you know what? And Angels, her reading kind of mirrored yours because she says she got a lot of sticks and swords, and she says you have decided, but you are weighed down by it. The ending of the situation is coming. And then I got the Knight of Wands, and I normally don't read reversals, but they're telling me yes, this is a Don Juan who kind of gave you that fat baby leg, and you can't get over it. That's what you can't get over is that penis power, honey. He hello. And then the death card, which is that transformation, which is that death and rebirth. So something is ending and something is starting. So Don is right. There is something that you haven't gotten over. We know what that is.
Some BDE.
And then once you do, you'll have that death, that final ending, that final hurt that Don is showing you in that Three of Wands. I mean, that Three of Swords, and then you'll move on to your rebirth. You can't have rebirth until you let it die. So a lot of times we stall our progress because we just won't let it die. We won't just let it go. Even if it means that it's going to be that this person is going to come back or whatever it is, and this person is not. But I'm just saying, in this situation, sometimes we're so, oh, I thought this person was going to be my forever. If they are, then you have to let it go and see if it comes back to you. Let it die, because whatever this is may necessarily need to die. This person may need to get a lesson. You may need to get a lesson. And then when you come back, it's totally different. So it's not to say that this person is coming back, but you need to let that death happen so you can have that rebirth. You are definitely stuck on this person. So that's what I got.
Absolutely. Yep. And there's a time for healing. There's a time for you to heal. It's self-healing. So go ahead.
Exactly. Alicia said that fat baby leg will make you crazy. It would, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
You start taking out loans and payday advances. Child. Don't do it. And it's retrograde. Don't let them come back, Sharon. Just move on. Turn your phone. Listen, block this person until June, and you'll be all right. You ain't got to talk to them. You ain't got to hate them, but you ain't got to see their messages either. Because I'm the type of person, if I see your message, I'm tempted to be like, excuse me? So if I just don't see it at all, then I don't have to reply. I don't even have to be mean about it. I just don't do it. No, don't do it. No. Exactly. Listen. Me and Verizon have a strong relationship. When I say don't let them through, Verizon be like, bring in the trucks, boys. Don't let them through. And they don't let them through. I'm telling you, that's when I say block, that's what I mean. Me and Verizon is strong. We like this on my block list.
Alrighty then, next in line. Oh, by the way, folks, if you haven't done so yet, make sure again that you are connected to Angie's YouTube page, and we make it easy for you to find. All you got to do is click on this QR code and make it happen. So you open up your camera on your phone, you point it, you click it, hit subscribe. The world is great. We all love it. It's wonderful. If you haven't done mine yet, this is where to do that, where you can do that too. And for those people who hopefully like my logo, I have created a little shop that helps to sell that logo on product. So if you would like a t-shirt, this is my logo on my t-shirt. This is easy to do. Again, you pop up your phone, you hit the camera, you point it to the little QR code, and you can go there and order the t-shirts. I think right now they're running for $16 as a special because I just posted them. Usually they're $22, I think it is. So anyway, if you want the t-shirts, there's a t-shirt. And again, easy way to get there, just click on this link. Otherwise, also the mugs. So give it a thought. And that's with the Sonoran Mystic. You can also get the little logo that I have, which is a different logo. It comes out in this form. Where is it? This one. That one is on the website as well. So if you don't like that logo, the other logo, you can get that one or this one. They both are available in t-shirts, mugs, telephone cases, and the like. Okay?
Marianne, you don't have to keep posting your question, and it's a lot to read. I don't even understand the question. So can you simplify it and just ask one thing? I don't need all the history. I'm just going to read into it. So just post what the question is. Like, what is the final question? That's a lot of comment, and I don't even understand what it is that you're asking. And I don't know that you're on the list, but if you are on the list,
I don't think she made it.
You don't have to keep posting it.
Yeah, I don't think you made it. She did. She's one of the last people. She did make it.
Okay.
So, Marianne, your question's already there. Chill out, please.
My dude, with this, can I know the future nationality of my husband? No, I'm not gonna tell you that. That's I'm not gonna tell you that. I'm just not. I'm going to the Almighty, your highest power. That's what you want me to know. What his nationality is? His nationality is male. That's all they're gonna tell me. Just come on, y'all. Can y'all come up with a real question? Please. Lord, what is wrong with you?
Thank you, Jojo. I appreciate that. I appreciate it very much. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Next in line is Corinne. Corinne Fisher. Corinne Fisher says, would love to be on the list tonight for a general. We can do that, Corinne. I love that.
Is this Corinne that used to come to class with us? We miss you. Where have you been?
I think it is.
Hello, Miss Latoya. How are you? Y'all killing me with these, what my future husband looked like. If I knew how to tell what a future husband looked like, don't you think I would be able to saw what mine looked like?
Oh.
Lord help the child, wait, is Corinne still here?
She was a few minutes ago when I asked last time. Corinne, did you leave us?
Oh, she's here. I'll be back in class next week. Oh, okay, there you go. All right. Good.
Can you feel it?
We got a lot of new people, Corinne. You're gonna love it.
Corinne, what's the decision? I'm seeing here you're in a situation where you have a decision to make, and you feel you're not sure which way is going to be the right way. Again, it's like a choice, a decision, but again, you're kind of conflicted. It's interesting because you had competing interests. And ultimately, again, you made the right choice. Again, you had a lot of different competing interests of, do I stay? Do I go for this reason? Do I go stay or go for that reason? But you made the right choice. You got to move on. You got to move on. A new start, a new space, a new energy. So, yeah, I see you making a choice of moving on, and I see you breaking free, which is good. You're raising your energy level by doing that. And I see you striking out into a whole different place. Now, you will sometimes give in to the negativity of, did I make the right decision? Will I make the right decision? Don't worry about it. Don't bother me. Just move on. Move on with it. I love this. This is that Knight of Wands. And so again, it's that new energy for a new job. So again, I see you changing positions and I see you moving forward, but moving slowly and steadily. I don't see a rush. You're not like the Swords. You're not the Knight of Swords, which runs in without a thought, okay? You're running in. Mary Ann, please stop asking the damn question. We have told you, you are on the list. Excuse my French, but you are on the list. You will get there, okay? So please don't ask the question again. We will get to you. You are next to last in line. Sorry. Anyway, the point is, you're going to get the job. Again, the opportunity is going to pay off in the end. So yes, when the question arises, yes, make the move. It makes sense to make the move to something new. And when you do, you will have questions and think, did I do the right thing? It'll go slow at first, but ultimately it will pay off. Okay, there you go. That's how I read that. What you got, Angie, before I get myself in trouble over here?
Exactly. So while you were going through, you were saying, is there a decision to make or something? There's a change that you need to make, because the inner you, I heard them screaming in your head, like you just want to go out somewhere and just scream. And the first card I got was the Knight of Pentacles, which is slow moving, routine, dependable, hardworking, somebody who gets the job done, somebody you can count on, somebody who knows about business, but they're okay, they're patient, and you're tired of being that person. You just want to scream. You're remembering what it was like when you used to have fun, and you're wanting to know how to get back to that. When Don says you're thinking back on, was this the right decision? Should I do this or should I do that? It's because You're thinking back on when you used to have a little bit more joy. You haven't had the joy that you want to have. You're tired of the routine. You're tired of being patient, and you're ready to move forward. But then I got the Six of Wands, which is a victory card. So it is coming. That is movement. That's after the conflict. So I feel like you've already been through the conflict. That's the decision that Don is talking about. That's that Five of Wands. That's that conflict. That's that what should I do? And so you're well on your way to the Six of Wands. So even if if you're not through the conflict, maybe you're going to just skip over that. And then the next thing is stability. That's that Emperor card. That's that life force. That's that stability. That's that structure. That's that having things moving in order. So when Don said new opportunities and new things come your way, that's that structure. That's that finances. This is that hard work, that dependability, and you're tired of that. You're ready to shake something up. And so they're saying, it's coming. It's slow moving, but allow it to come to you. Don't try to force it, because now they're showing me a hamster on a wheel, and all you'll be doing is expending your own energy trying to make something happen that is not ready to happen. So allow it to happen in divine timing. If you want to know what you need to do, then ask your guides, what is my next step? What is it that I need to do to get from where I am here, frustrated, angry, tired, and beat down, to where I want to be, which is happiness, joy, money, success, or whatever it is. How do I get from this slow movement to moving something forward, or to get to the joy that I want? So I've learned to stop asking when, and to say, what is my next step? What do I have to do in this journey to move it forward? So what is it that you need to do in order to make this move forward? So that's what they want you to understand, is that you need to be asking what my next step is. Not, oh, well, they've showed me everything. When is it going to happen? What is my next step to getting it done? Because you could be sitting there waiting on them, and they could be sitting there waiting on you. You're sitting in the dark thinking, well, they showed me this big picture. How do I get there? They're waiting on you to turn on the light and see what the next thing is. Like, they're giving you clues. Are you taking the clues? Are you understanding what is being given to you? And are you receiving the information in the way that it should be received? So that's what I got for you, Karen or Corinne. So new opportunities are coming. Just be, ready.
Thank you, Jaded. You are correct. Please hit the like, share, subscribe. Share the info. Next in line, who's after Corinne, Kino? Oh, Lord have mercy.
That's the worst part of it. Okay, so Miss Arkisha wants to know about another man. I'm going to give you a general reading and I think that's a problem. You are asking about different relationships, and I keep giving you a general because I'm not going to tell you how another person feels about you. So I think that may be the mix-up, is that I keep giving you a general reading, and you're wondering, is this that person? Is this that person? And this is the reason I don't like to do love readings, is because if we tell you somebody new is coming, every time you meet somebody, you think that's the person, and you hang on to them, and you want to know, is this the one? Is this the one? Is this the one? And sometimes what my guides tell me when I've asked too many times is, we're not going to tell you. We already told you. You either wait for it to happen, or you don't get to know. We're not going to keep asking the same question, and we're not going to keep telling you what the outcome of love is. Some things are mysteries that you don't need to know, but I'm going to do this love reading for you. I'm just getting these love cards. You know what? Those aren't the ones. I'm going to get the Rachel True Love cards because she's a little bit more flowery and probably more understanding than I am in a love situation. So I'm going to get Rachel True. And that's the girl from the craft and from Half and Half. So I'm going to use her cards today for this love reading. And I think a lot of you guys use tarot like a genie. Like, you don't understand that when we give you major arcana, that's stuff that's going to happen over time. It's a big umbrella of things. It's not the day-to-day. When we give you minor arcana, which is like the wands, the swords, the pentacles, and the cups, that's day-to-day. These are things that could change. And so we need you to understand that it takes time for these things to come into place. And every time you switch to something new doesn't mean that the plan has changed. It just means that you're off track. So let me go ahead and Alicia said these cards still don't speak to her. From time to time, they'll call me and tell me to use them. So this time I am going to use them. Miss Arkisha, are you still here? Or you might actually be at work, because I do know that you usually work second shift. Don, if you have something, you can go ahead.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Can you feed it?
And I like that how she's being deceptive and saying this second go round of friendship is with this person. Look at my face. You know we psychic, right? Don't do that. When I asked about second go round, I heard it's going to be the same as the first. You walked away for a reason. Why would you walk back into that? Even if it's just a friendship, they're saying you walked away for a reason. Why are you walking back? It's Mercury retrograde. I feel like we have to tell y'all this over and over again. People come back during Mercury retrograde to try you. If you thought you were over them, if you thought you had passed the situation, this is the test to say, did you actually do it? We've been studying chemistry all week. And so when I tell you I gave you one hydrogen molecule, I give you one hydrogen, two oxygen, you should already know that's H2O, that's water, because we've been studying all year. So this is your test. What is the final result? This person is back or you're going to second round, it's going to be the same as the first is what I got. So I don't get anything new for this person, but I will pull some cards while Don goes. Marianne, we do understand that on some sites you have to post your question over and over and over and over again. You don't have to. Once Kina tells you that you've made the list, you have to wait until Kina tells you you've made the list. Then you know that you're on the list and your question has been posted, but you don't have to keep posting it over and over and over again because it clogs up the chat and we can't see like what's going on. We pin your question as soon as we get it. So if the list is closed or you're trying to get through by sending us multiple things, that's not going to get it done. But if you made it to the list, you don't have to keep posting it. We got it. We pin it. When we say pin it, that's what we do. We put it in the background.
This is the pin, Marianne. So you know clearly we made it. There's your pin. It's not your time yet.
So we're just holding it until it's your turn.
Yeah, it's not your turn yet. I'm just showing you that the question is pinned. You were in the queue.
Miss Latoya, I don't think you made it because you just came in maybe a few minutes ago. I can't see the list right now, but I don't think you made it to the list.
She didn't make it.
Because the list closed probably 30, 40 minutes ago.
A while ago, yeah. Can you be it?
Exactly. So Kina is in the background manning the chat. Please remember that there are 9 different platforms that we're on. So even though you don't see anybody in your chat, there are 9 different platforms that Kina is on, and she goes through each one and lets you know that you've made the list and she's pulling your questions through. So even though you may only see you, it's still a lot of people that are going through the list. And you may not even see the list. There could be 10, 12 people ahead of you. So exactly, Miss Linda, you got to be quick around here because once we hit start, Kina start pulling them questions.
And to help everybody understand, again, Angie touched on it already, but again, to give you a visualization, we have 2 YouTube channels. One's Angie's, one's mine. We have 3 Facebook pages. My professional, my regular, Angie's regular. We have 2 Twitch channels, and we have 1 Twitter. So we have 9 different platforms. So what you get, we are getting questions from 9 different platforms combined into our system. You may not see the other 8 platforms, but know they are there. We can see them. Like right now, I can click on this little button that you cannot see, but I can. And it shows you how many people are presently on my YouTube page, how many are on my Facebook page. It doesn't tell me who, I don't know that, but it tells me how many on each of my different platforms, and Angie the same. So the one thing that I suggest to you is that even when you see that you're maybe the only one on your platform, that doesn't mean you're the only one. It just means the only one on that platform. And therefore, when we respond to questions, you may not see the questions, but we're talking to somebody again because those questions were on some other platform. So know that, again, there are a lot of people out there watching. Usually I get about 250 people that come through YouTube per night, and Angie gets about the same number. When we look back at we get analytics, and it shows you how many people stopped in and visited the site. Not how many people asked questions, not how many people put themselves out there, but how many people came through. And about 250 people on YouTube alone. And that's for mine, and then Angie, a separate 250 so people. And then you combine that with the Facebooks and so forth else. That's a lot of folks. So more than you needed to.
Miss Arkisha, I did get that the reason that you're not having like you seem to be a person that speaks your mind. You're an independent person, so you don't really need to depend on someone else for your well-being. And so you speak your mind freely because you don't have that dependence on other people. And not a lot of men that you're finding like a woman with that kind of strong authority in them, and that kind of stand up for herself. But what I'm getting is they're saying, don't worry about it. A partnership is coming. Just be patient. We've told you before, a partnership is coming. Be patient with what you're going. Enjoy what you're going through, or the situations that you're in. But a strong commitment is coming. You're overcoming some of those obstacles with that Six of Swords. This is you going from the chaos of these relationships where you're arguing, you're constantly have to fight, and you're constantly have to, speak up for yourself because they want you to be a docile individual who just does whatever they say or listens to whatever they say or believes whatever they say, and you're not that type of person. And they're saying you're going from that chaos to that calm, that calmer water is coming. And then I got this is messages that are coming in. This is movement, this is fast movement, this is wands, this is creativity, this is passion. So all of this right here all came out together. And so that's how they want me to show it to you, is that it's all coming. That partnership is coming. You're going to overcome. And then it's all going to happen fast. So it probably should be in this order: fast movement, and then that relationship, and then you're going to overcome all that chaos. So love is coming for you. I don't think it's with this Mr. K person, or even a friendship, as you put it, is going to come back. They're saying you're going to get the same results as you got before. Why keep going back? Like when you quit it. Well, I wouldn't say when you quit a job when you go back, because I went to this job 3 times, so that's not a good example. But you know what I'm saying? Relationships, there's a reason that you left, and we always forget why we left. Whatever the conflict was, it's going to be the same thing. And at our age, we're not doing a lot of change. I'm just saying. So that's what I got.
Upsana and Katie, thank you guys for popping in, and you're welcome to stay for readings, but we are, the list is closed for the evening. If you come back tomorrow morning, Shauna and I will be back on in the morning, and we start at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you guys are available and want to pop in, you're welcome to pop in and ask your questions then. However, if you get here too late, then the list is full. So the one thing I would suggest to you, if you have not done it yet, make sure that you subscribe and or follow. If you have not done our subscription on YouTube, this is Angie's. Make sure you click on that button and make that happen. And this one is mine. Make sure that you go there and do that.
You actually have to click the subscribe button. Just going to the QR code takes you to the page, but you have to click the button in order to do it. So subscribe, and then go ahead and like and share. Like, let other people know what good advice you're getting. If we're giving you good advice, share the love. Let other people know. Like, a lot of times I think y'all be ashamed to let other people in y'all regular life know about the goodness y'all going. Stop being selfish. We're here to heal the world.
You'd be surprised how many people come away.
Exactly. We're trying to heal the world. So, don't keep us to yourself. Share us so that other people can get the goodness that you're getting.
Exactly.
And don't be ashamed of it. First of all, if you're ashamed to tell people that I'm giving you good advice, you're ashamed of my advice.
Yeah. And when you click on that subscribe, by the way, it will send you a notice every time we go live or every time we upload something. So you don't even have to look for us. You don't have to look for a time, because as soon as we go live, you'll see it pop up. So there you go. Save yourself the time and grief. No scheduling necessary. You'll see it come your way. So again,
amen, people. Amen. I would also like to say this, and I don't know why this just popped up in my head, but if you're a nurse, amen to y'all, because today I got a taste of it, and absolutely not. I'm never going to do it. That's all I had to say. I don't know why that popped up in my head. Miss Victoria, maybe Victoria, are you a nurse? Is that why it popped up? When I get the new place that I applied to, I have to move again. Ooh. I heard, is this a better place, or is this just more of the same? Like, are you actually choosing what you want? I literally just had this conversation with somebody. I am very, very, very specific about how I spend my money. So when I go and look for an apartment, it has to be what I want. Like if I'm going to pay you for it, and if you can't afford it, that's fine. But even in the places that are affordable to me, I'm very specific. It has to be a first floor. It has to face parking. I don't want to have to go down around or the corner behind a sidewalk to get it. So are you picking the things that you want, even in your affordability range? Are you picking the things that you want? Are you picking the floor you want, the location you want, the amenities that you want? They're saying, are you picking what you want, or are you just picking more of the same? And if you don't like what your options are, what are you doing to increase your income? Those are the things that I heard. These are literally what Spirit is saying to me. So I don't like these cards because they're love, and we definitely ain't talking about love right now. Finances, people, finances. So, Don, if you have anything, you can go ahead while I shuffle these.
My question is, are you making a rash decision? Are you making, because I'm thinking you're not balancing everything out quite right. And so you feel rushed. So you're not focused as you need to be. I'm not sure that if you focused and actually didn't feel so much rushed, that this place would be quite what you're thinking it is. It looks like, again, you're going to find the place you're looking for. But again, I'm not sure this place is that, because again, you're kind of all over the place with your focus because you feel kind of behind the 8 ball. And but you need to sit down and make sure that everything balances out. Make sure that it answers all of your issues. Make sure there are no questions left. And if that's the case, well, then you've done that part. But I'm telling you that I don't know. I'm not sure that this. I think once you rethink it, you may not find this is the right place for you. That doesn't answer your question.
That's what I got too, Don, is that, are you picking more of the same, what you already have, or are you picking exactly what you want?
Oh, so you're still looking. Yeah. I misunderstood the question. Will I get a new place I apply for? I have to move again. Well, so if you just started looking, are you saying that, so is this, because the way I read this, it sounds like you found a place and you've applied, you're waiting for an answer, but then you just said you're still looking.
No, I think she moved and now she has to move again. And she's like, oh, I applied to a new place. Will I get this place because I don't currently like my current place? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but then she says, I'm not even sure where to start. So it's like, so have you started looking? Because I'm still looking. I'm confused with the questions.
The one thing that tied me to my area is my son's school district. So what are your things? And that's the thing. Spirit can't help you to do what you want to do or to accomplish what your goals or what makes you happy if you haven't even told them what happened. I told them that I needed to stay in this area until Brandon graduates. Brandon graduates in May. Then I'm free to move anywhere over the city that I want to move. But you have to give them something to tell them. What is your price range? What are your amenities that you want? What is the location that you want? You want to be close to work? You want to be close to or you want to be further away from work and closer to home? What is it that you want? Is it not affordable? Do you want to increase your income? Like, what is it that you are asking Spirit to give you? Or if you're just randomly asking, am I going to be approved? Then you possibly could be approved, but they're saying, are you giving them something to work with? Like you're just picking and choosing and you're not giving them any real focus on anything you want. The house that I want, even though I'm not even close to ready to move, I have a picture of it. I saw it online. I printed it out. This is what I want, this or something greater. So when you put your wishes out there, tell the universe, I want this or something greater. So if I say it right now, oh, okay, let's go. So if I'm an apartment person, I'm trying to help you to find it. Where do you want to live? Do you know what area you want to live in? Can you give me a zip code as to where you want to live? Do you want to be closer to work? Do you want to be closer to the city? Do you want to be closer to the country? These are things that if I was looking for an apartment for you, what is your price range? What is your max budget? What are your amenities? What do you want to pay for water? Do you want to pay for electric? What are the things that you're asking, that you're considering when you're doing this? Or you're just saying, oh, the rent $850, that's good enough for me. But there's electricity and it's about to be summer. So you're really about to be burning a lot of electricity on your AC. Are you going to be able to pay for the water? Is it going to be a longer commute from home? So a lot more goes into the rent than just having to pay the rent.
If I could, on Victoria, I'm taking the psychic/tarot reader hat off. Now we're getting to the realtor hat that I have a real estate license and I'm not giving you realtor advice, but I am giving you logical advice, okay? First and foremost, if you're looking for a place, the best thing to do is get a realtor, hire a realtor. If you're looking to get into a place, the realtor is not going to be paying, you're not paying the realtor. The realtor is paid by the person who you move into their place. They pay the realtor, so it doesn't cost you a thing. But the realtor can take your limitations and they can do a cost analysis. They can tell if you have limitations with credit, if you have limitations with evictions, if you have limitations with everything else, they can sit down and they can work with you and tell you where your niche will be, what you can afford, what you can't afford. They can help craft letters to convince landlords that if you have issues on your credit, that they can work with you because you're worthy of the work. The realtors can help you do all these things that you may not be able to do for yourself. So you have a life to live. Live your life, do your job, and turn this over to somebody else who's a professional and let them do their job. I am certain that you'll find a realtor in your area that will do this for you, and they can go out there and shake the trees. And when they do, again, the good part is if you have any deficiencies in any part of your history, they can help you to explain to the landlord. And remember, I don't know if you knew this, but Angie knows, I've had a ton of properties and I've been a landlord with a freaking ton of properties. And that's why when I tell you, you get your eviction when you rent to your person, because I've been there and done it many times over and over again. Finally, I'm slowly getting out of that business, but I will tell you again, let a professional do that job. Turn it over to them, and then you let them do their job, you do your job, and continue to make the money necessary to make the move when time comes. So,
I also got a no on the place that you just applied for, but if you do what Don says and find somebody who do the legwork for you, you won't keep wait, because I keep hearing you're wasting money on applying, and here is a pretty penny to apply to hold an apartment and to do all those things with all those taxes. And so they're saying you need to take a more strategic approach. You're kind of all over the place. Oh, here, oh, here, oh, here. Oh, this rent is good, but you're not looking at the community. When I go and look at their reviews. I go and look at the area. Is this a place that I would like to shop and spend my time with? Does it seem like a place that I like to walk? So is this a neighborhood that I would want to explore? Is this a place that I can get my son back and forth to school? What are your things? You're not thinking of the totality of the picture, and you're just in a rush. And so they're saying if you do what Don is telling you to do, with finding somebody to do that. And there's even programs that'll help you. Like we have a program here that'll find these things for you that are low cost and they're like second chance places that'll help you. They'll help you find a place. Good news is coming. But that's if you change the trajectory that you're on now. Currently, I got a no on the application, but if it's a no, as in either no, you don't need to live there, or no, you're not going to get approved. So even if you get approved, I'm getting a no that this isn't a place that you necessarily want to live. Like I don't feel like you're thinking about your best interest when you're doing it. You're just thinking about, oh, well, this is what I need now, and I need to get this done. But then I got that there's a looking back, a reminiscing. At a time, did you used to make more money than you make now? So maybe you've had a pay increase and you're looking back thinking in nostalgia about you're thinking back, because the word that came out for me is youthfulness and innocence. And you're thinking back about a time before you had all these bills and you had all these responsibilities. And you're thinking like, oh my gosh, life used to be so sweet before I had to go through all this stuff, and how much you hate, because apartment searching is the pits. I ain't even gonna tell you, but your 10 of cups is coming if you plan a little bit better and have more structure. So on the trajectory that you're on now, if you change nothing, no. But if you actually make some planning and get some steps in order, then yes. If you tell the universe what you want, if you say where you want to go. When I first moved into this apartment, I had stalked this apartment from the time they put the sign up until 3 years after it was done before I moved in, because I knew what I wanted and I had to build up to get it. And so I had to tell the universe, this is where I want to live. This is how much money I need. And so you have to get out there and tell them, okay, yeah, because they're showing me you reminiscing back. As she says, yes, she's struggling a little more. So they're showing me you reminiscing on where you had a little bit more money. And they're saying, well, what are you doing for that? Do you have a second job? Have you thought of another resource, like something else that you could do? Do you sell crafts? Do you sell food? Do you sell t-shirts? Do you do hair? Do you cook? Do you do massage? Like, what is it that you could do that could make you some more money? So, that's what I'm saying, is you definitely need to figure out another way to bring some more money in, because just saying that I don't have enough isn't going to make it come in.
Yep. The most important thing, when you say you're in a rush, then you're making my argument for me, because I saw the 7 of Cups, which is what Angie saw, which again is that focus, lack thereof. because you have so many things, competing interests. But when you're in a rush, again, turn it over to a professional. They do their job 24/7. You do your job and you do yours for 8 hours. You come home with your paycheck. They do theirs 24/7, and they do it for you. And therefore, you put it up in their hands and say, take care of this, find this for me. Let me know when I can go see something. But they do the intros. They save you the time. I can tell you again, I've done it over and over again.
And also be choosy in who you pick, because the first person you say might be all about money. Oh, this is the limit. Oh, you might say I only got 1,200. They like, oh, well, we ain't got nothing for 1,200. Okay, then you're not the person for me. Let me move to the next person who understands that my 1,200 is a solid 1,200. Let me find somebody who's a little bit more direct, because I've dealt with people who were all about the bottom line. Are you going to be able to get approved for this loan? Are you going to be able to afford this place? And so they don't think of any other options for you, but they also do know nooks and crannies and people who are maybe have stuff on the market that you don't know about. You can have a private person that you are looking for. You seem to be going around to different complexes and not looking for a private vendor. So that's what I got.
And I can tell you this much: being a realtor who's listed properties, I have a specific. I'll give you a specific. What do you call it? An example. And we had a listing for $3,500 a month. $3,500, and the landlord was very clear. $3,500 is what they wanted. And the realtor called me and said, hey, my tenants, this is their limit. This is what they have. And it was like 3,300 or something. They said, do you think that the landlord will work with us? Well, guess what? Again, the realtors talk to each other, and then they talk to their clients. And guess what? We worked it out. Again, that's what realtors do. So even when you see a price tag on something, don't be surprised when realtors talk to each other. Those price tags can be negotiable as well. Especially in this marketplace right now, it's not as hot as it used to be. Now they need tenants. Now they need to sell. It's all the same. So again, get out there, let somebody do their job, let them earn their income as you're earning yours, and take this off your shoulders. Especially if you're rushing. If you're rushing, you're the last person to be doing it. And when you're in a rush, turn to a professional. Let us know how that goes, by the way. Next in line. Lord have mercy. Mercy, mercy, mercy me. Dum, 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 dum. Will I get a promotion soon at work? Kawana, are you are you from Arizona? Are you from Arizona? Because I'm getting some Arizona energy with this one. Are you still here? That's another question. That'd be an even better question to ask. But I don't think she lives in Arizona anymore, but I get Arizona energy. Yes, you are from Arizona. Do you also, have you moved? Because I don't get that you're here now. You've moved elsewhere? Yes, I'm from Arizona, but you live elsewhere now, right? Because again, I don't see you here now. I see you. Did you go east? Is it east? Anyway, yeah, I get that energy. No, I think I'm seeing I'm seeing a lot of good positive energy here around you. I see a lot of positive energy around you. And did you move you moved before you had this job? Yes, east. Okay, yeah. Okay, because I'm seeing the move east. But the move east was for life, but a change of life, but it wasn't for this job. But this job is good for you. And so there's still something. Yeah, a better life, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so but what I'm getting for you when you talk about promotion, I'm getting that you need to check another box. There's something that, like, you know the criteria and you're missing one thing. What is that one thing? Again, it's like you've checked off this box and this box and this box and this box. So there's one more box you need to check off before you can get the promotion. So the question isn't will it be soon? The question is when can you check off that last box? There is something else that needs to fit into the puzzle. And once you check that last box off, then you've earned it and you'll get it. But
oh my gosh, Don, literally what I heard, and I thought my guys were just being mean. Do you deserve a new one? Like, are you ready? Do you meet the criteria for it? That's literally what I heard as soon as I got ready to do it, is do you meet the criteria? And that makes so much sense when you say check off that box.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I think there's one thing that hasn't quite yet You haven't taken care of. So when you take care of that, I believe you will need to be more available. Well, that would be one of the boxes for sure. It's like, hello. So yes, I'm not only giving.
I got the 10 of Pentacles, Don. I got yes,
Exactly.
good. That's an increase. That's the building up of the money coming. So I got a yes on that. Then I got success and achievement, and freedom, success in that sun card. But then I got a 10 of swords, so maybe that's it. That's that 10 of swords that I saw, because it made it seem like you were leaving one department and trying to go to something else, and it may require a little bit more than what you are willing to give at this time. And that's what that 10 of swords is. That's what that pain is. That's what that painful ending is, that maybe you it may be the end of your leisure time. Like you may have to commit a little bit more to a situation than you want to. I need a second transportation.
That's one of those boxes need to be checked off, I guess. You know, but you do what you got to do. You do what you got to do. If you, again, you know what you need to do to get there. So if you know what you need to do, then you need to figure out, how do I get there?
They're also telling me you might need to tighten up on your spending. Like, are you really paying attention? Do you get 3 Starbucks a week, or do you eat out 3 or 4 more times a week? A lot of like those apps that show you like, this is how much you spend on fast food, this is how much you spend on gas, this is how much you spend on utilities. Those things really help, because sometimes we think, oh, I only have one Starbucks or a Starbucks every now and then when you look at it, you're like, dang, I spent $85 this week or this month on Starbucks. That's $85 that could have been going to our car note.
Yep.
Or something else. And so, or I get a lift 3 or 4 times. Oh, Keena said the banking app, they are built into the banking apps, because when I pay some of my stuff through my banking app, it'll say, is this utility? Is this car note? Is this whatever? And so, sometimes looking at your budget and where your money goes in and out, because sometimes I'll be like, wait, did I spend that much money on fast food? Hold on. Or did I spend that much money on, alcoholic beverages or whatever it is, or clothes or whatever it is? Sometimes when you see it in print, it's a lot different than what you think in your head. Well, I'm not spending that much money. Then you start looking at the receipts. So that's what I'm getting to, is that you need to be a little bit more aware of what you're spending your money on. And I'm hearing say no sometimes. You don't always have to go out and kick it with everybody. Or you could be like, oh, I'm just here for appetizer, boom, 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 and I'm out. Like, I feel like you pick up the tab a lot too.
But I do see you've put in the work, which I love, which is that judgment card. And again, the new opportunity is coming. So again, stay focused, keep moving forward, and you will be celebrating. So again, do what you have to do. Check that box to make sure that you fulfilled that last obligation. So you've opened yourself and you've readied yourself for it, and it will come to you. The judgment card says, again, if you get all that done, it'll come to you. The judgment card is waiting for you to finish what you got to do. So make that happen, okay? Very good. Next in line is, can you feel it? Can you feel it? Will I get the new work from home job soon? Oh, I did not get a good feeling there.
When I read it the first time, I got a no, and I said, oh, maybe I'm just in a negative energy. I got a no immediately. But I feel like, again, there's something that you're not ready for. Like, do you have the discipline to do that yet? Like, listen, it takes a lot of discipline not to just lay in this bed and keep moving that mouse around and not do no work. I've heard that that's what some people do. I'm just saying, sometimes it's a lot of discipline.
Exactly.
But let me see. Will I get a new work from home job soon? Will Angela Lovett get a new work from home job soon? And I got a no. My back and forth is my no. So I don't get that you are yet. Like, you don't, and they're giving it to me as in you don't have the discipline yet. You're not ready for that.
Well, that was easy enough, quick enough. Angela, hang in there. It really is a special kind of person to do it, because
it's a privilege. Like, when people say it, like, it's a privilege, and I appreciate it all the time. Like, sometimes, they'll be like, why are you still online at 6 o'clock at night? It's a privilege to work at home, because it's a work-life balance. You get to make dinner, you get to put clothes in the laundry, you get to sweep them up, like all the little things. I can go back and forth and get my son to school. It's a privilege. And so you have to be disciplined enough to be able to do all the things that you need to do at work. and have the quiet at home? Do you have the space that is lined up for you to have the quiet at home? Like you can't keep having somebody screaming in the background or people doing construction outside your home and you're supposed to be on a meeting. They're only going to tolerate that so many times. I don't know.
Super. Next in line is
so basically you just want to know if you're going to be approved for SSDI. The rest of that I don't need to know the rest of that. What?
I want to know, am I gonna hear from her soon before my hearing of getting approved? Well, I thought the judge is going, that's what the hearing is for, is to.
I'm like, what, you think she gonna call you on the side and be like, hey, just so you know, when we come to court on Monday, I'm gonna approve you? No.
Yeah, no, the only person you should hear from in advance of the court should be your attorney, who tells you.
If the judge reach out to you, ain't that something wrong? That don't even sound right.
Yeah. The judge, don't expect it. I wouldn't expect the judge to, because the judge doesn't, don't get me wrong, please don't say it the wrong way, but a judge does not know you from Adam and that's necessarily, and so they're going to take your case file on that day and they're going to decide on that day, as they do with everybody else. If you have a docket already, if you have a docket number, a docket call, then you having a docket call, knowing your docket number, knowing your date, your time, that's when the judge will look at that folder and that file, whatever. Now back in the back, they've looked at it, they've kind of given the judge an idea of what the situation is, and there's a synopsis probably in the folder. But the reality is that judge, yeah, I'm talking to her on the phone. You're talking to the judge on the phone.
Are you trying to say that your hearing is on the phone? Because I don't know a reason that a judge would be calling you that. Or
that's ex parte conversation. They can't do that. I'm like,
oh, her hearing is on the phone because she said yes to that. So that must mean that your hearing is on the phone. I don't think that you're going to like to confirm the court day.
The point is you will have, when you have your court date, that's when you will hear the judge. The judge may not even decide then, by the way. Generally speaking, they don't decide even then. They take everything in consideration, and then they usually they sometimes will do an order there. They won't do the order, they'll do a judgment, but sometimes they won't even do a judgment there because they'll have to think about something, and then they'll send an order out maybe later. So there's no guarantee even on the 24th you're going to get a judgment.
Right. I'm like, are you saying that you've had her twice because you've gone to court twice and it's been continued? Like, are you asking if they're going to ask for more paperwork? I feel like they've been asking you for additional paperwork every time you go in. And so that's what the delay has been. And you want to know if they're going to ask you for more paperwork? Yes, your hearing is going to be on the phone on 24th. So that we get. But you keep saying, am I going to hear from her soon before my hearing date? And that's what we're saying is that I don't know a reason that the judge would be contacting you unless somebody is saying that they need more evidence or they need more documentation.
I also am concerned because I don't know if there's if you're using the word hearing, that may not necessarily mean trial. And there's a different thing about that. Again, because again, that's when you put on your evidence. You could do. There's times where you come to court and you both sides have to agree to certain things that make the process move forward, and then ultimately there's a trial or a hearing. So again, I don't know. I don't. Again, there won't be something in advance of April 24th. No, that's to me your answer. You will not have a judge grant you an order to approve SSDI before April 24th. I do not see that happening.
I got a no on April 24th, and then I got that you need some additional help, like you need an attorney to help you with this situation. I don't think that you're understanding the process very well, because it may be a lot of legal jargon or a lot of things. Like the process seems to be like they're making me very confused, and I'm getting a lot of question marks, like you don't understand what the judge is saying. And so when you leave, you have more questions than when you were there. And so you need some assistance, like you need to get a caseworker or somebody to do that. Like when I worked in housing and I worked with seniors, I had to help my clients get into their to get to back and forth into their hearings, to make sure they got to their doctor's appointments, to get their documentation, and to get the process rolling, or to say, this is what they're asking you for, we need to get this. And so you need somebody to assist you in that way, to help you with the decision. When you say I had this twice, are you saying you've applied twice and you've been denied twice? Because I don't get that you're going to be approved now. Like there's something that you're not providing that they need, and that's why they keep saying no. Or maybe you just don't qualify for SSDI. Well, the answer is no. April 24th, you will not get, you're not going to get approved. And they're telling me that you need more assistance. So that's what I got. No on April 24th. And yes, you need assistance, but you will get approved if you get assistance. So on your current path, no. If you get assistance, yes.
So you can't go to court because she's in Baltimore and you're in New Jersey.
We understand that. We're saying even with the hearing, you still need some assistance because you don't understand. We understand that it's a phone conversation. When we say go to court, that also means to have the hearing on the phone, or whatever it is, whatever the court date is on the phone. We understand that you can't make it there. What we're saying is that you need some assistance because you're not, or what I'm saying is that you need some assistance because you're not supplying the right documentation that they need. That's what the problem is. And you're not understanding the process correctly.
So
I've had hearings on the phone too. I understand what you're saying.
Hang in there and just keep pushing forward. Again, don't worry about time so much. Focus on the ultimate goal, because that's the more important thing. But do not expect something.
Because overall, I did get a yes, Don, on is she going to get approved? Yes, but not on the 24th.
Yeah, and definitely not before the 24th. Definitely not.
And if you're not understanding, maybe you need to say, hey, I need some assistance. I'm not understanding what it is. Or maybe you need to say, can you explain that to me? But like you're missing a key part of the process, and that's why you keep getting.
And Marianne, do you have a caseworker line? Do you have a caseworker who is appointed to you, or do you have an attorney who's appointed to you? I don't know what you would need. Usually with SSDI cases, if you're looking at a judge, there is an attorney who would represent you in that case, if you can't afford one, generally speaking. But if this is a administrative matter, then you would have a counselor.
Don, that's what I was about to say. Maybe she's thinking judge, whoever she's talking to is a judge, and it could just be the caseworker for the state.
Yeah, so that's
because SSDI is the state.
No, SSDI is federal.
It's federal. So maybe she's thinking that she's talking to a lawyer, and she's just talking to like an administrative person who's making the decision. So maybe that's it.
Because administrative judges are different than federal
judges. This is an appeal.
Yeah. So she made a decision. She did this. So she made a decision against you getting SSDI. So then your attorney appealed that decision, and the 24th is having that appeal heard. Is that what I'm getting then? And so you're asking, if you appealed, let me get this right, though, because and this is not psychic, this is just the law. If you appeal a case, if you appeal a decision from a lower judge, it does not go back to that judge. It goes to a different judge. It goes to a higher judge. So again, it's like in regular law, you have the county court, then you have the district court, you have, and different, which depends on what jurisdiction you're in, county court, district court, you have an appellate court, and then you have the state Supreme Court. So it's different courts. Now with this SSDI, it's a different structure. But what I'm saying is, if you got an initial no, then they appeal it. Then it appeals to a different level of judge. And so if that's the case, and if they appealed, you lost and you appealed, then you will not get that judge again. That judge is no longer there, because that judgment's done. So now the next judge up, when the next judge up looks at this case, he's not going to listen necessarily to you give a testimony, because his or her decision is based on the documentation and the case file itself, and was everything decided properly based on what you had. So again, no, you should not see her again if that's the case. If this is an appeal, you will not see that same judge. So y'all came for psychic readings and you get a legal lesson. Sorry. And a real estate lesson earlier. Lord have mercy, we're all over the place.
And she said she's had this person twice.
No, she had a hearing. I believe she had because what happened is they probably had a first little hearing and there was some things missing, and then they had an actual trial, and that was the twice she met because again they had the two sides get together and discuss the procedures for the trial. Then they had the trial, and so once the judgment was done, that's now why so she was in court twice with her on the phone. But again, now the judgment's done. That judge is out of the picture, and their ruling is all that goes up. The ruling and the case file. So. Then you know what? I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I think there's this.
You definitely need some assistance in this situation, because I used to work with individuals who I helped to get these benefits, and the process that you're explaining to me doesn't make sense. But again, I'm not in New Jersey, so I don't know what the process is. But based on what I've helped my clients do, that wasn't how it went.
Yeah, usually with any situation, once one person's looked at and made a decision, if there is an appeal, whatever kind of appeal, it doesn't go back to the same person. Somebody else it's called a clean pair of eyes, a new pair of eyes. They had then look at it and they say, okay, was this rightly decided or wrongly decided? So again, I'm surprised. I don't think.
And again, it may not be that is it an appeal, or did you just reapply? Because I know people who were denied and they didn't appeal, they just reapplied again with new evidence. So it wasn't an appeal. So are you really appealing, or did you just reapply again? Because I had clients who were denied before, and then they reapplied with my assistance, and we were able to provide all the documentation that they needed.
It says here, and I just ran something real quick. There are 4 levels of appeals in Social Security. So again, it's levels of that, which is what I talked about, the judges at various levels. So I would be very surprised if, again, if you have the same judge. I can't see anybody.
I think there's a disconnect on the phone. She's not hearing everything. And I also don't know that she's in a quiet space. Like I get like a chaotic place. Like sometimes, like I don't get that you're in a calm place where you can receive the information clearly, and that you're needing to I gave the new evidence, but I don't understand why. Well, there's a reason that they're asking for it. There is something that they need from you. So you may not understand why, but there may be something that maybe one doctor said this and they're like, hey, can you follow up with that? Or can you give us proof of that? Whatever the reason is, if they're asking for it, there's a reason for it. So that's a good thing. I don't feel like that to be a bad thing if you're giving them what you're doing. Okay, well, Marianne, I don't know what to tell you except for to get an attorney.
What I can tell you is once you appeal, you go to the ALJ level, which again is the appeals level judge. And if that appeals level judge denies your appeal, then the last thing you can do is appeal to the council, and that's the appeals council. But again, the appeals council, the chances of winning that 1%. You're not going to win it. But again, the appeals judge is not the same judge. The ALJ is not the same judge as the lower level judge. So I don't see you in the same court. Okay, I don't see that happening.
And the specific person that I'm speaking about, like her diagnosis, the diagnosis that she had the first time, they didn't support it and they told her no. Mm-hmm. So when we went back through again, they didn't tell her no. They said that she could get a low level job that was repetitive, that wasn't high functioning.
Yeah.
Well, we got her that job and she got lost in the hospital. It was a big hospital. She was supposed to take laundry from one part of the hospital to the next part of the hospital. She got lost for 3 hours. After that day, they immediately approved her. But it was the second time we applied under a different diagnosis. The first diagnosis, they flat out were no, they didn't support it. It it wasn't conclusive enough for them to say she is totally disabled. So they said no. And at the time, they weren't even sure what her full disability was, but they knew that her ability to take care of herself was declining. And so then we went to the next time and we had a more concrete diagnosis. And I don't know that it was the same. I don't even remember seeing judge. I just remember letters coming through the mail. I don't recall us ever having to talk on the phone. Everything went through the mail. I took her to her doctor's appointment. I got her paperwork filled out and we turned it in. And we never had to talk on the phone. And she finally got a letter that said, this is the amount that you're going to get. This is when it's going to start. This is your back pay and all that. So I don't recall having to go to hearings, but it's possible. In my situation, we did not.
Yeah, I think and the other thing that if you are going back to the same judge, then you're not getting an appeal. What you're doing is a reconsideration. You're asking the judge to reconsider their decision and hope that they change their mind. But again, a reconsideration is not an appeal. If you are appealing your decision, then you go to the ALJ. And then once the ALJ makes the decision, then it goes, do you have one choice?
And I think she wants to be made totally disabled because she's listed a whole bunch of things on there. And all of those things does not mean that you're totally disabled. It means that you need some therapy. You need some, you need to probably use your medication for to help with your breathing issues. I just don't think that you are, I think that you're trying to be totally disabled because I had clients who have those issues and they were still able to work. And so you are choosing that you want to be totally disabled. I tell this story all the time about the guy at Amazon who climbs himself up on that ladder. He has no use of his whole left side and he kind of just drags it and he works there every day. He does stowing, he does all kinds of stuff. So you're choosing that you don't want to work because of all these issues. This is a person that can't even use the left side of his body and he has to drag it and he's still working. So this is you choosing that you don't want to have to work because just because you have all those things doesn't mean that you can't work. There's a lot of people who, and I'm not saying that all your ailments aren't real, but this is a situation where all the things that you listed are definitely manageable if you take the proper care and you don't have to just be considered totally disabled. Okay, well, there you go. Good luck, Miss Marianne. I hope everything works out for you. Who's next, Kina?
Sonera, is there a possibility I can receive compensation from lawsuit with medical company this year?
I don't know that it's going to be this year because the 3 cards came out was fear, worry, and anxiety. Like you're needing to rest, you're needing to clear your mind. They literally showed me like you needing to do this and just clear your mind out because it's so muddled. And then the next card that came out was the 9 of Swords. That's you keeping you up. You're struggling. You're thinking, oh, if when I get this payoff, then when I get this payoff, then when I get this payoff, then. And they're saying it's going to take time because I got the Temperance card, so it's not going to be anytime soon. Oh well. Marianne says she will get approved. Good night. Well, amen. Marianne, why'd you ask me then if you already knew? But Sonaria, I'm getting that you need to be a little bit more patient with the situation. I don't feel like it's going to happen this year. And then they also want you to stop relying on that as a possible source of income. Like you need to operate in the alignment of what you have, not in the alignment of what you think is coming. And they're saying your focus is on when it comes. And that's the thing that's holding it up is that you're so focused on when it comes, I can do this, when it comes, I can do that. But in the meantime, what are you doing to continue your life in the capacity that you have, the things that you can control at this time? So for me, I gotta know, and it's just a waiting game. So I gotta know on that. And clearing your mind. You said to rest. You need rest and to clear your mind. This is you currently, just up late at night thinking about it. What if? And they're saying if you were to put those passions into something else, like into something more creative, you could probably make the money. You would be less stressed about the lawsuit and about that money coming in, because it would be something in the background, something good if it happens, like child support. If I get it, then fine. If I don't get it, then I'm still going to make it happen. The child still needs to be raised, regardless of whether you're going to pay or not. So if it happens, it's a bonus. If it doesn't happen, then I just got to make it happen. So that's what they're saying, is you're concentrating so hard on it that you could be using that creativity in something else, finding a better job, finding another source of income, finding residual income, making different plans. You're so muddled on this lawsuit that you can't see anything else but that lawsuit. And you really want them to pay for whatever this situation is. And that's another thing. You're holding on to anger and hurt about this situation also. So that's what I got down.
All righty then. You got time. You got some time in front of you. Definitely got time in front of you. They're burning the clock. They're just burning the clock here. I don't get a good feeling about this. I really don't.
Look, these three cards together don't look good, Don. That look bad.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And that card that you showed up with them, all them little moons and them with their back turned, you're not even, you know what I'm saying? It don't look good.
Yep.
For this year.
Yeah. And I'm like you, Angie. You just need to center yourself and move on with your life and function and do you, and let the case work itself through, because you can't let this. You got to find that center. You got to zen. You got to get back to zen, and you got to stay with it and live your life, because you can't wait. That time is, you don't even know when it's coming, you know. And that's the temperance. There you go, the temperance card. I can't say anymore. Time and patience. Again, just let the system do its job. You do your job, and so I see this as long and drawn out. I do not see an easy and quick end on this. Unfortunately, I don't see that. Yeah. No.
I didn't get anything good. Like when as soon as I read it, and I think I read it earlier when I first saw it. I do like your hair on your picture. Those big gorgeous curls on there are really, really pretty. I do want to say that now that I can actually see your picture, those big pretty curls. I love curly hair, but I don't love curly hair when I have to deal with curly hair. But it looks really good on you. And they're saying just concentrate on other stuff. And that's the problem. You're too focused on it and the possibility of when it comes. So they're saying just move forward in the light of what you can do. But that's the current path. Don't get stuck on thinking, oh, well, it's not going to happen this year. Again, if you change your focus to something else, you never know what the energy could change. As it is today and how strongly focused you are on it, you're tightly wound about it. That's the energy that we have now. But say you change your focus, you get a job, a different job, another source of income, and you change your focus mentally, and you're not so in your head about it, and you get the clarity, you can see it from a different angle. Maybe you need a different judge. Maybe you need to be less emotional and be more facts about it and look at the paperwork different, or have somebody else. Sometimes with a clear head, we see things differently. And so in a couple weeks or a couple months after you get that clear head, it may break up some things open. As it is today, the answer seems to be a no.
Yeah.
So that's what I got. I think Keena said that was our last one.
I think so too. Thank you all for coming in. Lord knows the questions today were a little unusual. And we have a winner already. I mean, we did a great read, and we didn't even realize we already had a winner. That's wonderful. I mean, we got somebody approved for Social Security, even when that's just can't.
My thing is, you don't know who my higher power is. How you gonna tell me that my people is lying? My people ain't lying to you. You already. I understand why you've been you weren't approved the other 2 times. I'm just saying. Don't come on here and ask for my advice and then tell me I'm wrong.
Yes, indeed. So yeah.
Exactly. And interesting to say the least. I love y'all, but sometimes y'all just work that nerve all the way over here on the side that make me want to just jump through the computer screen. And that is the honest truth, people. Honest truth. I love y'all. But ooh, child, you know how that kid done ask you for ice cream 7 times, and you like, look, what did I tell you?
Exactly.
Look, that's where I'm at.
If we speak again, you won't like what I say. So it's like my parents like, don't make me have to, you know. I'm like, oh no, mom, leave that flip flop on, please. Do not take that flip flop. Lord have mercy. You know, that thing's like a boomerang from time to time. It's like boom. Jesus.
Lady said it gave her a headache. Like literally, like y'all don't understand the amount of energy that we're tapping into. It was already strong when me and Don both got on here. Then we're tapping into this energy to ask these questions. And it's a lot of energy to tap into and try to sort through and give you the answer. And then you don't even like the answer that we give because you know more than we do. Well, you know what? Maybe you should be doing a live too.
Absolutely, absolutely. Don't forget, folks, if you like this logo, the Sonoran Mystic Tarot logo, and you would like to have either this logo or this logo on a shirt, then get out your cameras and click on this QR code. And if you'd like to have a mug, you can do that with that too. And again, you can choose which logo you prefer, and phone cases and pillows. The site has everything. Hoodies, baby onesies, you name it. It's amazing what it has. So anyway, if you're looking for anything and you like the logo, go for it, enjoy it. That's all I can say. And with that said, I think we are about done. Kina, thank you so much for controlling the energy back there and navigating these waters. Lord have mercy. Tomorrow morning, Shauna and I will be back, and
Look, let me tell y'all, the way y'all act on Wednesday is how y'all get treated on Thursday. That's why it be like, no love questions today. No, we only just pulling the cards for you. The way y'all act on Wednesday, that's what y'all get on Thursday. That's why y'all be very limited on Thursday, because y'all just be done wore down little nerves away. He be like, you know what? We're not doing that today. Today, we gonna just give you 3 cards, and that's what you gonna get.
And tonight, I'll be using my smudging kit, because I'm telling you, energy here is crazy today. And even in here, when I first came in, I thought it was like whatever. So, folks, if you need a smudging kit, if you need to get the energy out of your house, this is the way to do it. Again, click your camera on that icon and order the damn smudging kit, because tonight I will be using mine.
I'm telling you, Don, cinnamon and that sage, I had to do them both today. It was crucial.
Yeah. Yep. So with that said, Angie,
and that's a nice smudging kit. Like Don, I've seen it. It looks really pretty, you know, because I think Miss Julie showed it on hers, and it looks really nice together when you in the box and the whole packaging set up.
Yeah, it turned out very well, thank goodness. And again, everything is chosen for me feeling energy. My son makes these cases, puts them together, kits, but I work with him to make sure the energy's in the stuff he buys. If it doesn't have energy, we do not buy it. We do not get it. Everything there has energy. That's it. So, yeah.
I was explaining that to somebody else the other day, Don, that, you know, the things that you buy have energy on it. You have to remember that. Like if you buy somebody else's coat, it may have the energy of that person on the coat. Or, you know, furniture and things like that. All those things have energy. Remember, energy is not created or destroyed. It's just transformed into another form. Yeah. So even when we die, it's not that we no longer exist. Our human form just no longer exists. So you still, that energy is still lurking around somewhere. It has to go to something.
Yeah. Think about all those products that are made in sweatshops. You know, if you are very empathic and you put on that clothing, can you imagine? I mean, you don't know where it came from. You have no idea of the conditions of the people who made it. And then you put it on, all of a sudden you feel terrible, or you feel something about yourself, and you're thinking it's you. It's probably not you. It's probably the clothes with the energy that's in the clothes that came from where it was made. So again, that saging kit, I'm telling you, get that energy out of there, right? And again,
exactly.
Julie was nice enough to give me the white sage.
Miss Julie gave me this this bloodstone for me. because she was concerned about a medical condition, and she went and found this specifically for me. And this bloodstone pulls out things in your body that are not supposed to be there. So you can buy stones and things like that to also be a protection for you. Usually before we come on live, I try to put our whole thing in a bubble so that we don't get those trolls. And it has declined quite a bit, Don. But you have to protect yourself.
Exactly.
It's literally putting that protective bubble around you and clearing that energy.
And make sure if you do cleansing, or no matter what, get some Palo Santo, burn some Palo Santo, spray some Palo Santo, scent, whatever. And you should have incense in your house or candles burning, because again, you're putting that energy. Create the energy that you want. Create the energy you want. Don't let it default to whatever, because if you do that, you don't always know what you're getting. That's all I'm saying. You don't know what you're getting, And not to repeat 10 billion times, but I'm gonna do it. If you have in you the right belief and the right controlling of your energy, you will use affirmations to do this. And one of them is, I believe in infinite abundance. My wants and needs are always met. You should say this daily. Say it at the same time each day. Say it as you mean it as you say it. And what you do is you're turning your energy that's floating around doing nothing, you're focusing to the universe and saying, I demand nothing less than abundance, infinite abundance, and my wants and needs to be met, is what you're pretty much doing to the universe. And the universe says, you know what? Damn, okay, we hear you, we hear you. So again, folks, use the energy that Angie was talking about. Remember, it does not get destroyed, it does not get created. So use it, change it, manipulate it to focus on what it is you want the world to bring to you, the universe. You deserve it. Why don't you deserve it? Ask yourself, why the hell don't you deserve it? And then if it's not coming, ask yourself, are you asking for it? If you ain't asking for it, don't blame anybody else. It ain't their fault.
And also have a want and a need. You're saying my wants and needs are met. What are your wants? Maybe the universe doesn't know what your want is, so they just giving you what they want to give you. Like, oh, okay, she ain't got it. She said she want housing. We gonna give her a shack. Do you want housing or do you want a mansion? Do you want housing or do you want a nice big apartment or whatever? Like, you have to be specific sometimes with what you want.
Absolutely.
Like, I want a truck. I want a Cadillac truck. That is the truck that I want now, is a Cadillac truck, a big old Detroit girl or Michigan girl Cadillac truck, the big body, the with all the extra everything. That's what I want. So I don't just say I want a truck. I could end up with an S10. What I want is a Cadillac truck. So you got to be specific sometimes. I want to find an apartment. I want to find an apartment that's on the first floor, that's in this neighborhood, that has these amenities. Be specific. Wants. These are your wants. What is it that you want? Your need is housing. Your want is all these amenities. Give them something to work with.
Exactly. Well,
oh, Miss Linda, you want a house with a big kitchen. You'll never hear me say that.
I must admit, I do. There are times when I love my big kitchen, and there are times where it takes too much work.
Unless that big kitchen has a chef. Now, I do notice that, because I remember I told you I started dating. A lot of the people that I meet like cooking, or they don't have any problem cooking, because I can cook. I just don't like to do it all the time. And so a lot of people that I meet are people who cook, and I'm like, oh, so you can cook? All right, we don't have a problem with that. That's the universe hearing my wants. I want a husband, but I also want him to have this, this, and this is them checking off my boxes.
Exactly. Glenda says, cooking, cleaning, or therapy. Enjoy your therapy.
You can come and work out any of your stresses over here anytime you want.
And she's coming down too.
Over here, like, I don't have no problem with you coming working out your stresses over here, Miss Linda. I ain't even gonna say that. I have wine for you. We could make some bread pudding. You could cook. What you do, whatever you want to. Just give me a grocery list and you can have it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Oh, well, with that said, we are out of here. Again, thank you, Kina. Thanks, Angie. Good night, everybody. Again, don't forget tomorrow night. Don't forget Sunday. Angie, are you back on Sunday?
I am back on Sunday. I should have enough fluids. I'm about to kill another one of these. And I should be back on track. My mental capacity should be all fully unvegased.
Unvegased. I love it. I love it. All right. Take care. Again, Kina, thank you so much for the support over there, too. You appreciate it very, very much. Very much. Very much. And with that said, let's play some exit videos. Let's start with Angie's and then mine, and we're out of here. Adios, folks. Have a good one.
I love it.
I have no idea what happened.
Why did she the Mary Ann? We're not live.
Oh, yeah, we are.
The time is still moving.
I don't know what happened. Here we go. One more time. I'm going to try to kill it. It would not let me kill it. I don't know what happened.
Exactly.